836-230-8824 and get more details online at yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Investment advisory services offered through All Financial Group, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuity products offered through Stephen All, Missouri license 8039738.
Hey guys, Glover here with my friends at ThrottleNet. These are the genius IT guys that I've been representing for years and years now. We are number one all the time. Best in customer service from Small Business Monthly. Best in cybersecurity, again, Small Business Monthly. We have an average response time. I love this statistic. The average response time in St. Louis in 2020 by IT companies. You have a problem, you reach out to them, hey, I'm all shut down, help me, was 3 hours. If you got back within 3 hours, you were cool. Ours was 1 minute, 57 seconds, and the guys were very unhappy with that. It takes less than 2 minutes for us to address your problems. Here's a huge thing. We are now offering $500,000 in ransom protection to everyone who uses us. This is part of the deal. You don't pay extra for it. So if you happen to be hit and you have to pay, we're going to pay it up to $500,000. Now, this shows you how confident we are because no one under our protection has ever had to pay. Go to throttlenet.com/DGS.
Work or play, KMOX is right there with you. We go where you go.
All right, 10:20 here on the show. Chris Ranji, Amy Marks, Scores, Kevin Wheeler, joined by John Hancock and Megan McBride. And we were talking about weekend plans earlier. I guess we should probably talk a bit about some of the news things today. Do you guys want to start with the police topic? I'll let you guys choose. Or do you want to start with the, what are we doing this calling it? National Heavily Redacted Affidavit Day?
Drive the bus, Wheels.
All right, let's go police first.
Yeah. Well,
what'd you think, Megan, of the comptroller's idea?
I was pleased. I was, surprised to see the comptroller step on it. It's just not her wheelhouse. We don't typically see kind of the financial chief putting out public safety policies. So it's surprising, but necessary, appreciated, called for. It's good to see somebody at City Hall acknowledging the problem, saying, okay, let's explore some options. We don't expect people to have every solution, right? We know that we can't fix all crime in the city. But just to have someone stand up and say, you know what, I've had some meetings. I acknowledge this is a really important issue to people. And here's some ideas I have. Let's go out there and see what we can do is like a breath of fresh air.
So let me, to that point, that it is the comptroller bringing this up. My gut reaction is, wow, this is the mayor's job. Where's the mayor? Why is the comptroller initiating public safety? And the mayor is just saying, quote, interesting.
Well, it is interesting. I think there's a couple of things. One of the things the comptroller pointed out is police pay. And so as the financial, expert for our city, the elected person to deal with finances, it makes sense that she should talk about that for sure. I think that, the mayor has a very different philosophy on public safety than I think other people in the city. We've seen this week that she's not really commenting or engaging on some of the recent things that are happening. So I don't know if it's that she's, exploring other ideas or just not wanting to maybe tackle something that's not really in line with what she set out her priorities to be. She's more focused on root causes, which is necessary. We should look at root causes, but we live in today. And we need solutions today, too. We need short-term and long-term plans. And we have to be able to do both.
Yeah, that to me is the most important thing, is that I get the sense that a lot of folks are falling into, we either just need a whole lot more police or we need more social programs. And the reality is we need both, because this crime thing is not new. This city has been in the top 5 violent crime rate for as long as I've been alive, at least to the early 80s. I know that for a fact. So what are the solutions then beyond just, paying police better, which we should do? I mean, we have to do those things because we need them, but there has to be something beyond that.
Well, the crime rate is also a function of the population. So, because all crime statistics are based on per capita numbers. And as the population continues to reduce in St. Louis, the crime rate numbers go up. Even if the crime level stays roughly the same, the rates go up. So that's going to be a perpetual problem for the city of St. Louis as long as they are their own governmental entity. We don't have, I don't know that we could fill all the vacant police spots we have now.
Over 100.
And I think
it's close to 200.
It's more than that. Yeah.
And there's been this proposal as well to add a joint training academy for for the city and county and build it state of the art that would result in hopefully attracting more people into the profession. And the city's not participating in that either. So, and that's the mayor's call as well. And now she's silent on the issue of needing more police. This is a huge problem.
Let me bring up the silent issue for both of you guys. So coming into this week, St. Louis had an extraordinarily violent 7 days. We had 5 homicides over the weekend, 13 homicides in a 7-day span. No comment from the mayor. And we talked about this a couple of days ago. Politicians in general are not speaking to the media. They're not making themselves accessible. If they do, they sometimes only go to interviews that are going to be softballs, like layups. Why is that? Like, first of all, how are we letting the mayor not give a comment? But then even going to both sides, why are politicians not talking to the media?
Okay, I have strong feelings on this. I feel like what's kind of going on is people think if they talk, they have to be giving an immediate solution, right? And so if they don't have that, they don't speak. And I feel that people are okay with just hearing, I hear you, I acknowledge you. Acknowledging there is a problem is the first step, right? And just to do that is like a human understanding of what your residents and constituents care about. I hear you. I see this. It is distressing. It is disturbing. There are a lot of pathways to fix these issues, and we need to explore all of them. But if you run a campaign only dealing with one tract of dealing with public safety, you don't think you can backtrack and admit, you know what? Maybe that wasn't right. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe we need to look at something else. To me, people respect that, even if they don't agree with you. They expect you to speak honestly, to speak clearly, and take accountability for what you can control and acknowledge things that you cannot. And I think that's fine, but no one wants to do that anymore.
As to the issue of politicians not speaking, I think the fundamental issue is the general public matters less and less and less all the time to elected officials. They need to speak to their audience of primary voters who will keep their seat in Congress for them. That's the only thing that matters in terms of getting elected. And so when you no longer need to develop a consensus amongst the general public, you don't go on a station like KMOX. You go on, if you're a Republican, you find the most conservative talk shows you can, and you go talk to that audience because that audience matters to you. But you don't talk to the broad general audience, and that's happening all over the country. That's not a Missouri, it's not a St. Louis issue, but it's a real issue in politics. But the underlying cause is that, I think.
So what would you advise? If you're advised, I mean, you guys do this work, you talk to politicians. I mean, is it case by case? Or would you say, listen, you got to talk to everybody. You represent everybody.
Well, I mean, yeah, so I would always encourage my folks to talk to the press because I think it's an important civic function of being an elected official. But the politics of it don't really make a lot of sense. If you've got a potentially, an interviewer who's going to kind of, go after you a little bit, then you're going to try and avoid that. And if you've got a friendly interviewer that's going to just kind of take everything you say and give it credence, and that's where you go.
Well, I would say, yeah, it's probably not always going to be fun, but that's what you signed up for.
Huh.
You ran for office to represent people, to listen to people, to be accountable for your decision making, the statements that you make, the positions that you take. And if you're not comfortable being that person, then maybe public life is not suited for you.
I like that. That's really
exactly
good. You guys,
I like yours too, John.
Yeah, no, you guys nailed it.
Yours
That's
is
awesome.
good,
I
too.
like both of you equally and a lot.
Oh, thanks, Amy.
I just wish the people that have been elected would actually listen to people like you two and take that advice and understand that it is bigger than just playing to your tiny little corner of the playground, because we're all affected by all this. Megan, thank you.
Thank
John,
you.
thank
You
you.
bet.
Show continues next on KMOX.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
After years of hearing the commercials on KMOX, I decided to finally make an appointment with Ophthalmology Associates. You know the doctors at Ophthalmology Associates, Dr. Greg Birdie, Dr. Ranjan Malhotra, Dr. Robert Busati, and Dr. Andy Royer. Well, I'd been hearing about dry eye, and I knew that I had dry eyes. Dr. Ranjan Malhotra told me that it's not just an irritating problem, it's actually irritating my eyes, and that it's so important to have dry eye addressed because it can actually scratch your cornea, cause greater damage, lead you to believe that your vision is getting worse. Turns out I don't need new glasses. I just need to address the dry eye situation. You should definitely check out Ophthalmology Associates. They are experts in the diagnosis and treatment of diseases of the eye. Call for an appointment today, 314-966-5000 or online at youridoc.com, 12990 Manchester Road, just a half-mile west of 270 eastbound on Manchester. Ophthalmology Associates. youridoc.com.
Hey guys, Glover here for Zero Res. If you haven't tried out Zero Res, or it's been months since your last deep clean, now's the time to do it. Get Zero Resified from St. Louis's best carpet cleaner for 20% off all cleaning services. 314-474-2020 or ZeroResSTL.com.
At 420ID.com, we make it easy to get your Missouri medical marijuana card. Dispensaries are open and inventory is in, so why wait? 420ID is the only company that provides you with a real plastic ID card and have served over 19,000 happy Missouri patients. Open late every day until 9 p.m. If we can't approve you, you pay nothing at 420ID.com. Today is the day to sign up for your Missouri medical marijuana card at 420ID.com. Use promo code RADIO and save $30 today. That's 420ID.com.
At 10:30, we have a sunny sky. 82 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Stuart McMillan. Here's what's happening. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell warns that the Fed will most likely impose further interest rate hikes in the future. Powell says that the Fed may ease up on the pace of increases at some point, which suggests it will not happen in the near future.
While the lower inflation readings for July are certainly welcome, a single month's improvement falls far short of what the committee will need to see before we are confident that inflation is moving down.
Federal Reserve has increased interest rates by 0.75 of a point at each of the last two meetings. More revelations are expected today on why the FBI searched the former President Trump's home for hundreds of classified documents allegedly taken from the White House. A judge has ordered the Bureau to explain their reasoning for the Mar-a-Lago search with appropriate redactions. And the deadline is set for noon today. In sports, Cardinals take on Atlanta at Busch tonight. KMOX first pitch 7:15. On the roadways, there's a crash I-170 northbound. We're still looking at the Hanley Road area where that Dr. Pepper truck flipped over. MoDOT says that's going to be cleared up around 12:30 this afternoon. 3 lanes still closed. I believe this is at Milldale. There's a crash 141 past Milldale, northbound 141. 3 left lanes are closed. And just reported there's a stalled vehicle 70 westbound just before Missouri 79. The left lane is closed because of that. Weather for today, a high around 88, partly sunny and humid, low of 70 for tonight, clear and sticky as well. Tomorrow, a high around 90, humid and intervals of clouds and sunshine. Right now, 81 degrees in Florissant, 81 in St. Peters, and 82 degrees downtown to the Arch. I'm Stuart McMillan, KMOX News.
Hi, this is Ken.
And Lori Heisey of Heisey Advisory Group. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families work toward their financial goals.
Join us Sundays at 9:30 a.m. for Your Retirement Highway.
Investment advisory services by individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
The listening you love is on the free Odyssey app. Your trusted local radio stations, coverage of your favorite teams, live news from your hometown, and millions of podcasts on demand. Best of all, you can completely customize your listening experience. Follow topics you care about, like leagues and teams. Pause or rewind your local sports and news, and add shows to your queue to catch up later. There's a lot to listen to, so get started and download the free Odyssey app today.
Hey guys, Glover here with my friends Mark and Neil Gelman from the Gelman team of eXp Realty. Selling your home, every situation is unique. Find the best options that are right for you from the real estate team who offer more options. My friends Mark and Neil Gelman. Check out the only agents that I trust at thegelmanteam.com.
Driven by the Bomarito Automotive Group, the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
When choosing a skilled nursing memory care community, choose Park Provence. Considered by U.S. News and World Reports as a best memory care community for nearly 20 years, they've been the experts at treating dementia and Alzheimer's disease. If you're faced with making a difficult decision for your loved one, talk to the leaders at memory care at Park Provence. Learn more by calling 314-542-5200 or visit parkprovence.com. That's PARC Provence.com.
Getting mauled by the bears in the stock market? What about a looming recession? Is it giving you a sinking feeling about your retirement? Well, working with an Edelman Financial Engines wealth planner can give you confidence no matter what the markets are up to. Right now, when you call 833-PLAN-EFE or visit EdelmanFinancialEngines.com, you'll get a complimentary retirement review and financial plan. With all that's happening in the markets and the economy, the offer comes at a perfect time. Your experienced Edelman Financial Engines wealth planner will suggest a portfolio using our investment management approach that's based on Nobel Prize-winning research. Don't miss out. Call 833-PLAN-EFE by Tuesday, 10 p.m. for this complimentary offer. That's 833-PLAN-EFE or visit EdelmanFinancialEngines.com. That's EdelmanFinancialEngines.com.
April 9th, 2001.
Swing and a home run to left. The first Major League home run for Albert Pujols.
Now.
It's a gunner. Albert Pujols, number 693. Into the bleachers at Wrigley.
The pursuit for 700 continues.
He is absolutely amazing.
KMOX is Cardinals Radio.
10:35 on the show. Chris Ranji, Amy Mark Scores, Kevin Wheeler with you here. We're going to be jumping around a lot today. We'll get to some baseball later on. It is, in addition to the Cardinals and Braves playing this weekend, it's also Cardinals Hall of Fame weekend. Matt Holliday, Julian Javier, both as players being inducted into the Cardinals Hall of Fame. We'll get into some of those things later on. And a couple of guys are going to be joining Claves and Ricky Horton and the guys for the Live at Lowe's show on the post game today after the Cardinals game. So
Charles Comiskey too going in.
That's right.
He will not be here for the ceremony.
He's not been with us for quite a while. But that is also going on this weekend in tandem with a really important series against the Atlanta Braves. We'll be seeing redacted affidavits later, as we've talked about. But we haven't gotten to this because I meant to bring this up the other day. We just kind of ran out of time because we've had a couple of short shows this week. But the efforts to legalize marijuana, recreational use of marijuana in the state of Missouri, are moving forward, right? The process has been followed, at least according to the folks that have been trying to get this petition on the ballot for November. And it has been put there, and we've been seeing reaction from different groups of people. There's a lawsuit trying to stop it, saying the petitions didn't have the right signatures or enough signatures from certain districts, all of that. And then we got the governor's comments about this the other day that were telling us this thing would be a disaster and all of that. But what I thought was interesting, and this is on KMOX.com right now, is that there was a little bit more depth on that from Governor Parson in the story from yesterday. And he's going on saying, I'm not sure that this bill is a good thing. And he explains further, I'm not sure everyone understands that it's more for corporations and the business side of things. But there's a line in this story. And again, you can find the story at KMOX.com that was pretty attention grabbing to me. It says the governor says if Missouri is going to make it legal, marijuana legal, it should be legal for the everyday person to grow it in their yard and not just for corporations to get permission to grow it and make money off people. And I thought that was a really interesting, unexpected thing.
And he's right. Yes, I'm totally with him on that. If it's legal, it's got to be legal, right? And it's got to be legal for everybody.
Dumb question. Can you grow your own tobacco?
That's a great question.
I mean,
I don't know the answer to that.
The last person I know by name who grows tobacco is John Smith back in Jamestown with the founding of our country. Like, I mean, I don't know.
You have to have a very specific environment to grow it, right?
Well, the same for
marijuana.
It's gotta be, you can't just
you
grow
gotta have
it in
a
your
greenhouse.
Backyard, yeah.
So here's the
good
governor's quote. There's a lot of people who think, hey, if I vote for this, we're going to legalize marijuana. But what they don't, I'm not sure everyone understands, they're going to be doing more for the corporations behind marijuana and for the business side of it than you ever are for yourself. And then Parson told KMOX, if Missouri is going to make it legal, it should be legal for the everyday person to grow marijuana in their yard. I think I'm just a little confused. I'm not sure what point he's trying to make.
Well, he's basically saying, let's not just make this about the essentially the lobbying interests behind this who are going to get rich off of it, as opposed to just saying, hey, if it's legal, and you should be able to grow your own.
By the way, Answer Man sidekick, Answer Boy, has shown
Hello,
up.
Answer Boy.
And according to the Food and Drug Administration and the ATF, neither of these things, alcohol or tobacco, neither of the governing bodies forbids homeowners from growing their own tobacco to be used for personal use.
Got a text
So
on that
you can do it for yourself.
314 said it is not illegal to grow your own tobacco.
You probably can't sell it, though.
And says many people do it because it's a pretty plant.
Oh.
I did not know that.
I think it's got big leaves.
Oh, does it?
So, yeah, I think so.
Like growing your own corn, you can do it. It just takes a lot of space.
Yeah.
Most people don't want to grow corn.
Well, but so again, I
backyard.
think the caveat, I'm assuming, and this is an assumption, you can grow it for yourself. You just can't sell it.
Well, that you have to be licensed to sell pretty much anything, right? You can. Don't you have to be licensed if you're growing your own fruit to sell it to other people?
I don't know.
I mean, to sell it, probably you have to be.
Or is that just prepared food?
It depends on county and city because
Yeah,
remember
good
the
point.
kids that had the
Good
lemonade
point.
stand
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
got cited. Now here's my question. As I look at this tobacco plant, I could grow a tobacco plant and then not know how to get it from that green plant to a cigarette. What do you do with it? You dry it out
Yes.
and then what? That's it?
Smush it.
Dry it and smush it?
Find some paper
That's
and
the official
roll it in the
process for
paper.
making a cigarette.
I don't know. I don't know the
I don't
answer.
smoke, so I have no idea.
I don't know.
I know, but there are people that do roll their own cigarettes.
Yeah.
Right? You have the papers and you
Yeah,
have
those
a little
are-
packet
those are
of tobacco.
cowboys, Kevin.
And I know how to. Cowboys. I know how to.
Listen, varmint.
Dry your own herbs and tea leaves.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it just like that? Is
I
that
don't know.
the tobacco process? Is you
Yeah,
dry
I
it?
don't. I have no idea.
We
I
should
don't know.
try to take a tobacco.
It's probably
plant.
like the
No. We need to get a pot and a plant, grow our own tobacco plant, and try to make one cigarette.
You said a pot, not
Yes.
not pot and
Not
a
pot,
plant.
A pot, like a
Not legal
ceramic.
yet.
No, a ceramic pot. We grow a tobacco plant and see if the three of us together can make a cigarette.
oh god, no, we can't do that.
You go
I
ahead.
think
You can do that for all of us.
I think some adults could do it. We can't do that. But then, no, that's a look. I think it goes to an idea of if we are a state that believes in personal freedoms, and I think a lot of states are like that. He has to say those things, right? He has to say you should be able to do this in your own home. If a business is going to make money off it, you should also be able to do it yourself.
It's just I agree with Kevin. It's a surprising quote.
From
and it
him,
feels
yes.
a little off brand.
Yes.
Like I felt like it was a mistake.
Well, it's right.
I know what I
On
mean. though?
principle.
It feels off brand.
Like
for
we
the
need to
governor.
follow up with him.
No,
I would love to follow up. I
yeah.
mean, no, seriously, I would love to follow up because I have more questions. Not saying, oh, it's right or wrong. It just feels like a surprising answer.
Yeah, and look, I think when you're just being logical, and a texter follows up on this. 573 says you can brew all the beer and wine that you want.
Well, I know about the
why would you
brewing.
not be able to grow your own marijuana? I mean, you can brew your own other mind altering substances.
Well, it
That's
depends.
perfectly fine. You can have your, you know what I mean, like what's.
It depends on how many state legislators still have a feeling about marijuana as an immoral thing. So like it's the kind of, we already have alcohol, we're used to alcohol, whatever. But weed, there's something about weed to a lot of people that is still not moral, that we shouldn't be allowing it because it's a drug, even though alcohol is a drug and alcohol is okay. I don't think there are that many of them, but I don't know. I'm only guessing. So there could be some people who try to hold it up in the state legislature because it's not, it's not something they want in general. And they feel like we can't win the fight of allowing it legally, recreationally for companies to sell, but maybe we can at least win the fight of not allowing people individually to grow it for themselves.
Yeah, it's interesting because remember just a couple of days ago, the governor had said that the marijuana bill was a disaster.
Right.
Even though-
Without knowing what was in
Well,
it.
he didn't know, everything.
And it was written
that
by
was in it.
lawyers,
But
like every law is,
But
probably.
it said the amendment has been divisive for advocates of legalizing marijuana and state legislators because some proponents of legalization are saying that it would give Missouri's current medical marijuana industry an unfair advantage.
That's what this latest quote seems to be
yeah.
about. Like,
Yes.
hey, let's not let them continue to dominate this conversation. If we're going to do it, Let's do
And
it so that it's fair for everybody.
And that's why it'd be interesting to talk to the governor, because I think
Right.
when most people heard his response that the bill was a disaster and most people don't know what's in it, we're not going to be able to understand it. Your initial reaction is he seems like a pretty conservative guy. He's probably against marijuana. But if his issue is that it would give the current medical marijuana providers an unfair advantage or corporations an unfair advantage, that's a little bit more nuanced. That's an interesting
Yeah.
conversation.
Well, I think we solved it.
Yeah, easy.
We solved weed. Bring it.
I don't know why.
Let's go.
I don't know why it's not that easy. We should just be running things, is what I'm figuring out.
Totally.
I mean, it would be chaos and some bad things, but there'd be good things too, like
I
this.
do not want to be where you guys are running things.
I think why? You don't want things to be good and fun?
Well, they might break down a bit if I'm in charge.
I think my default would be if I just don't feel like dealing with it. On every issue, I just say, yeah, it's fine.
Do what you want.
It's fine. I don't care.
Chris Ranji, Amy Mark Scores, Kevin Wheeler with you on the show.
The Wall Street Journal reported that home equity is at record levels. And while home values continue to soar, rising interest rates make it harder than ever to unlock equity. But what if you could cash out your home's equity right now while it's still sky high and not have to move? You can with Truehold.com. Truehold will buy your home for full cash value. Best of all, you get to bank all the cash now and continue living in your home. And Truehold covers all property taxes, insurance, repairs, and maintenance too. Let's review. Truehold pays your home's full value in cash fast. Use your cash to do everything you've dreamed of, like travel or pay off debt. Call 855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com for the smarter, faster way to cash out your home's full value without having to move. 1-855-300-9993. 1-855-300-9993 or go to Truehold.com.
Join KMOX and the St. Louis Press Club at Neiman Marcus for its annual Beauty Buzz fundraising event Saturday, September 17th, starting at 10:30 a.m. at Neiman Marcus Plaza, Frontenac. Spend the morning with all things beauty. Learn from Neiman's top beauty experts about the latest makeup tips, cosmetic demonstrations, skin consultations, and so much more. All the proceeds help fund journalism scholarships, and tickets are on sale now. Head to the events page at KMOX.com now.
What I'm about to say and what I'm going to about to offer, remember this. Just because it's more expensive, trust me, our higher energy rating doesn't make it better, but we ran out of our recommended stock. So here's what I'm doing, and I made a deal with my supplier. Is I'm selling the higher end ones for the same price as the really good ones. You're going to pay the price for the really good ones at the less than what the higher end ones charge because they don't have it anymore. Made that deal for you. So that's till they get the supply up. So I would imagine you're going to need air conditioners from now through September. That's what I promise to you. It's a great price, and we do have the equipment. So if you need me, call me. It's Bart Inman. One easy number, Missouri and Illinois. 314-293-2600. That's Bart Inman. 314-293-2600 or bartinman.com. That's Bart with a B, Inman with an I.com.
Bob Clark, executive chairman and founder of Clayco, shares his secret sauce for success: living by the golden rule, the 5 a.m. club, and embracing diversity. Listen and be inspired by our latest episode of PNC C-Speak, the language of executives. I'm Carol Daniel. PNC C-Speak provides digital storytelling from a C-level perspective on relevant, forward-thinking business approaches. Listen to our 20-minute podcast with Bob Clark at KMOX.com/PNC C-Speak. PNC C-Speak, the language of executives.
McKnight Place Assisted Living and Memory Care. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years. Features luxury accommodations and exceptional service. At McKnight Place, residents enjoy spacious apartments, walking paths through lush gardens, fine dining, engaging activities, and more. As a trusted expert in senior living, they are there for you and your family. Questions? Concerns? Call McKnight Place at 314-993-3333 or visit McKnightPlace.com.
In business since 1957, we've seen many competitors come and go. Hi, I'm Chuck Easter with Easter Fence Deck and Renovations. Many companies pass away with the owners, and the customers are left with useless promises and warranties. At Easter, we are in the third generation and have a succession plan. You know we'll be here to honor our warranty, which is the best in the industry, and take care of all of your fence, deck, and outdoor construction needs. Call 314-892-8500 or easterfence.com.
Easter Fence Deck and Renovations.
where customers become friends.
You could make our city safer by empowering people to change their lives, make safe and smart decisions, and find meaning. Learn more at missionstl.org/KMOX.
Transform your home into the most beautiful home in the neighborhood with Banner Construction. St. Louis's preferred James Hardy and Pella window expert. Add curb appeal and value to your home. Call Banner Construction, 314-569-1050.
Nature Valley is giving away back-to-school gear for free at the Retalk Shop. On TikTok, show how you reduce, reuse, or recycle with hashtag #RetalkForNature. And you could be served a code, unlocking one free item. While supplies last, terms and conditions apply.
The show, sponsored by Straight Realty, your St. Louis area experts. Why pay more than 4? 314-441-4444.
What is it? What's happened?
What's going on? What do you know?
What just happened?
What happened?
I need to know.
Trending now on the show.
All right, 10:50 on the show. Time for us to get into trending. Trending is sponsored by Old Town Donuts in Florissant and Cottleville. Raj, you want to go? I always have trending stuff to go, so I'll let you have the first call.
Lieutenant Uhura is trending right
What?
now. Yes, she is. You know, she passed away, or
Right, a
the
couple weeks
actor
ago, right?
who played there, Nichelle Nichols, just a couple of weeks ago on the show, the very popular show, Star Trek. I didn't really care for Star Trek, the show. I really liked the movies, though, and I like the current movies, too, with Chris Pine and whatnot. Anyway, Celestis Incorporated Memorial Space Flights has announced that some of her ashes, her cremated remains, are going to be launched into space. I didn't know that you could do this, but that's what this company does, that they make periodic flights out into space, and they will launch your ashes out into the universe.
That's a great idea.
And that's a perfect place for her to go, for somebody who was hugely popular on a science fiction show. I'm sure we have a lot of folks who are listening and loved watching Star Trek. It's a big part of our pop culture. It's not as big as, I mean, for people in this room, obviously Star Wars was the thing, but for a lot of people who were alive in the 60s and beyond, they love this show.
Wasn't, and I may be remembering this incorrectly, but wasn't the little, as Amy would say, the little smoochy woochy?
Oh, yes.
Between William Shatner and her. That was the first interracial kiss on TV, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Yeah. So Star
It was a
Wars.
huge deal
Star
at the
Wars,
time.
Star Trek was definitely out in front on that kind of thing.
Now, with Worlds Colliding, you know I love Frasier. And there is an episode of Frasier where Frasier gives a talk at his son's bar mitzvah. So he wants to surprise him by giving the blessing in Hebrew. So he asks one of his coworkers to teach him Hebrew so he can give the blessing at the bar mitzvah. Well, he had done that coworker wrong. So the coworker had a grudge against Frasier. So instead of teaching him Hebrew, he taught him Klingon. And then he blessed his son at the bar mitzvah on Klingon.
Oh, boy.
I know. Of course, there were a couple dorky kids in the crowd that stood up and go, Frasier just blessed his son in Klingon. That was beautiful.
There is a Klingon dictionary that you can buy.
Yeah.
It's like a
thing.
totally
It's a
real thing. Oh, by the way, just a Star Trek side note. If you've never seen the William Shatner SNL sketch where he is addressing a Star Trek convention and he eventually loses it on the Star Trek fans and he says, "Get a life, you people. Like, what are you doing here?" It's so funny.
Pretty good. I'll add one. It is hashtag International Dog Day.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
It is?
Did you do anything special for your dog?
Well, not yet because I didn't know that, but
Dogs.
now I will.
Yeah, you got to celebrate them. So I would just like to give a shout out to Francis Gary Mark Scores. And
He's got a middle name?
Well, so we gave Francis to my mom as a surprise on Christmas. And so his interim name was Gary. I just haven't let that go. So technically his name
So
is...
you're the only one.
Yeah, it's Francis Mark Scores, but I call him Francis Gary Mark Scores. He's living the high life. He has nationwide insurance. Francis does.
Yeah.
Don't you think, like, when all the dogs get to heaven, all the animals are in heaven, that there are going to be animals that have been trying to survive in the wild, just the brutal conditions of nature, and then Francis is going to show up and say, "Hey, I lived in a nice house and I had nationwide insurance and they fed me and petted me every day." I think the wild dogs are going to take issue. Don't you think so? Don't you ever think about that? The wild dogs taking issue with the domesticated dogs?
I don't think about it, but you're probably right.
Like, think about it.
I can see what you're saying,
I didn't
yeah.
think we would carry grudges into heaven.
Yeah.
I know, but but
Do you have grudges in
I don't think
paradise?
it's a grudge. Maybe they'll just go, oh wow, I
picture it more like a Big Lebowski, like happy, like that's good for you, buddy. That's so awesome.
Francis watches TV. Like I can't even believe the deer outside trying not to get shot by the hunters, and Francis is watching Bassmasters.
Can I tell
with
you?
my dad.
My dog R2 not only watches TV, he attacks the TV
Yeah,
when animals come on.
because it's a window, basically.
Any animals,
Wow.
dragons. He does not like House of the Dragon.
Oh,
Does not like horses. Has never met a horse in real life. Hates them. I mean, like loses it.
That's what's wrong with this world. He needs to meet the horse so that he
And-
doesn't hate the horse.
And he recognizes cartoon animals as animals and tries to attack them.
That's
Animated.
so cute.
It's not cute. It's super annoying
It's
because
so
you can't
cute.
watch anything with this little nerd.
did you guys see the? I believe it was a study. I think that's what you call it. Or scientists revealed that dogs, and this was a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week or two, I guess, that dogs do in fact cry tears of joy.
Oh,
It's true.
that is so sweet. Dogs, I mean, you can see them smiling. They have guilt. They have shame. They have
I used to think that was
joy.
nonsense. Like the dog's not smiling, but
No.
it is.
No.
Yeah.
You can. I mean, sometimes. Look. Sometimes they're just panting.
No, but have
They-
you seen
they-
the videos of the guilty dogs?
Oh my God.
They know.
My dogs.
Yeah.
Every time they do something they know they're not supposed to, you get the head down.
Yes, that's
and the
what
turn
Francis
to the
does.
side, and they won't look at you.
I know.
I mean,
It's so
every
cute.
time.
Contrition.
Uh,
Dogs show contrition.
And this was the scientific journal Current Biology. They cry tears of joy when they're reunited with their owners.
Oh, dude, there's no question they know and love their
Oh my
owners and
gosh.
anybody that they've been around, right? And people that they hang out with.
Yeah, Francis gets sad when like my mom and sister are not there because
Yeah.
he's so used to them being around.
Yeah.
My-
I'll
my-
tell you this though, like on the remorse thing, one of our dogs, Lucy,
It's
is
my
always
favorite.
remorseful.
That's my favorite is a guilty dog.
The male R2, the TV attacker.
Yeah.
If he had a middle finger, he would give it to me every day.
Yeah, so he's
what-
you.
He's you.
He's you.
He has no regrets,
He really
no
is.
fear.
Big temper.
Dogs really do.
He's small, so he acts like he's bigger than he is. I mean, that's me too.
Wait a minute. Did he adopt your personality or did you adopt his?
Yeah.
Because from what I
Well-
understand, it's supposed to be the other way around.
Actually, he came to us kind of like that, and maybe that's why it was meant to be.
It's possible.
Yeah, he sounds like you.
Yeah, I mean, he is.
Yeah.
It is me. Except that he doesn't have the words, but he understands the words. There was another story recently about like the intelligence of dogs, and that some can understand a lot more words than others.
Oh, 100%.
Where you can say, "Go get this specific toy," and you have a name for it.
Yeah.
Go get your red ball, and they'll go get the red ball. Like they know. Some dogs don't do that. And again,
Francis does that.
I've had dogs on all over on that. R2 will,
Yeah.
Lucy a little bit. We had a dog a long time ago that was a genius. And then others that are just like,
You
doofy
should
doofy doo.
Get the dog, like they have those dog, I don't know if they're what you call them, word generators. You put them on the floor, they can go up and push a button, and the button will say a word, and they learn what words to use.
Oh, yeah.
At you. I think
amazing.
you got to get one of those.
Yeah, they need to learn how to swear at me. That'd be so funny.
Hey friends, Matzo Matt for Brewpub Lots and Matzo Pizza. Things are about to get crazy as kids go back to school this week. First day outfit, first day back to school morning picture, plus actually getting the kids out the door on time. Ugh, you got plenty of things on your mind this week. So let what's for dinner not be one of them. Just grab a Brewpub Lots and Matzo Pizza from your grocer's frozen department. Loaded with delicious toppings, then bombarded with award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese, Brewpub pizzas are guaranteed A+. Easy, convenient, and quick. Make a Brewpub pizza dinner tonight.
You saw people you haven't seen in a while.
You went places you haven't been in a while.
And you accumulated new and different junk.
You came home and you said,
"Where are we going to put all this?"
relax. We make junk disappear.
All you have to do is point.
No lifting.
No carrying.
No banging and bumping into walls.
Just a beautiful wide open space full of happiness and sunlight.
You'll have room to roam.
To breathe again.
You've never felt so free.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
Men, if you're struggling with erectile dysfunction or PE and frustrated taking pills that don't work, Paramount Men's Medical Center offers breakthrough medical treatments that effectively treat your problem. 98% of patients experience immediate results during their first office visit. And for a limited time, your initial consultation and first treatment are completely free. Listen to a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Brown. The physicians at Paramount Men's Medical Center offer the most advanced treatments that eliminate ED and PE. Now men are lasting 30, 60, 90 minutes or longer, regardless of age or medical history.
Guys, to eliminate your frustration in the bedroom, call Paramount Men's Medical Center now to take advantage of this exclusive limited-time offer. Your initial consultation and first treatment are totally free, and you'll see instant results right in the office. Call now. 314-720-8081. 314-720-8081. That's 314-720-8081.
KMOX, KECK HD2, K254CR, St. Louis.
The home of the Cardinals, KMOX. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At Neovitin, our goal is to create safe, dependable multivitamins to support your everyday nutrition when you need it most. That's why we've formulated Neovitin 50 plus multivitamins with 20 daily ingredients, including B vitamins for energy support, vitamin C for immune support, and Dr. Abicki's 4-ingredient proprietary blend that you won't find in any other multivitamins. Neovitin 50 plus multivitamins come in 2 specifically designed formulas to help support your nutritional needs. Neovitin Men's 50 plus multivitamin for men 50 and older, and Neovitin Women's 50 plus multivitamin for women 50 and older. With a 4.8 out of 5-star rating on Trustpilot, you can be sure you are getting quality nutritional support with Neovitin. Support your best life today with Neovitin 50 plus multivitamins. Available at your local Dierbergs, Schnucks, and online with our easy-to-use monthly subscriptions at neovitin.com. That's Neovitin.com. Neovitin.com.
Mid-America's most trusted source for news. KMOX.
At 11 o'clock, we've got sun and 83 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, our top story this hour. Even as the Commerce Department reports inflation eased last month, Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell says the job of taming decades-high price hikes will not end soon.
Consumer prices rose again in July from a year earlier, but not as sharply as the month prior, suggesting inflationary pressures are easing. Powell's not sold.
A single month's improvement falls far short of what the committee will need to see before we are confident that inflation is moving down.
And he's delivering a stark message. More large interest rate hikes are likely coming.
Restoring price stability will take some time.
Powell acknowledges that'll hurt many households and businesses, with higher borrowing costs slowing the economy and potentially costing jobs.
These are the unfortunate costs of reducing inflation.
Sagar Meghani, Washington.
The Justice Department is set to release a heavily blacked out document explaining the justification for the FBI search of Donald Trump's Florida estate earlier this month when agents removed top secret government records and other classified documents.
Inform your decision. Election news.
The relatively unknown Republican nominee for St. Louis County Executive, Catherine Pinner, is dropping out, the Post-Dispatch reports. Pinner beat State Representative Shamed Dogan in the August primary and was slated to face incumbent Democrat Sam Page in November, but Pinner had no campaign website and no fundraising. Another American has been killed in the fighting in Ukraine, as CBS News correspondent Cammie McCormick reports.
The State Department is confirming the death but saying little else. Newsweek reports it's a 24-year-old American who died in combat. Other Americans have been killed there and some detained.
The State Department is confirming the death but saying little else. Newsweek says it's a 24-year-old American who died in combat. KMOX Sports, an NFL team honored a legend who died this week during a game last night.
On their first offensive series of a preseason game against Green Bay, the Kansas City Chiefs honored a late legend.
Will be Patrick Mahomes to start the game. The Chiefs are in the choir huddle. They use the Len Dawson choir huddle as a tribute to the late Len Dawson.
That huddle was unique to the Chiefs in the 1960s and 70s, with players in 2 rows facing the quarterback. Mahomes called it a little token to show our appreciation. The Chiefs took a delay of game penalty that was declined by the Packers. The refs who were in on it called it on number 16, now retired for Dawson. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
The First Mid Bank and Trust Business Desk, a union says workers at a Chipotle store in Michigan have voted to unionize, becoming the first of the Mexican fast food chain's 3,000 locations to do so. The International Brotherhood of Teamsters says the workers are forming a union to improve their work schedules, increase wages, and gain the respect from management that they've rightfully earned. Chipotle, based in California, says it is disappointed the store's employees, quote, chose to have a third party speak on their behalf. The Dow from Stifel is down 606 points to 32,684. And right now, we've got a closure of Hanley between Airport and Frost. We've got a stall on 270 at 170 on the right shoulder, 270 east at Elizabeth on the right shoulder, 170 north before 270. Watch out there.
This afternoon, turning out partly sunny and humid, high of 88 degrees. Then for tonight, clear and sticky, low of 70. Tomorrow, looking at another humid day, intervals of clouds and sunshine, high of 90 degrees. For AccuWeather, I'm Peter Aldenz on the Voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Sunny, 83 in Florissant, 82 in St. Peters, 83 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
The show, sponsored by Straight Realty, your St. Louis area experts. Why pay more than 4? 314-441-4444.
It's 11:04 on the show. Chris Ranji, Amy Marks Kors, Kevin Wheeler with you here. And we've been talking for weeks about various climate-related things. I think it started with all of the flooding here a few weeks back. Yeah. But we've had that issue here. And meanwhile, out west, they're having historic droughts. And, we've talked about some of the odd stories that have come out of that, like bodies coming out of the water outside of Vegas and Lake Mead. Yeah. They're finding dinosaur tracks in dry riverbeds that nobody's ever seen before. And we've been thinking about, okay, we need to talk about some of these things. Let's get somebody who knows what they're talking about. And that's where we have Dr. Trent Ford. He is at Illinois State, is a climatologist, and can maybe help us out with a little bit of what's going on here and the whys and the hows. First of all, Dr. Ford, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you.
Hey, thanks. Great being on.
Yeah, so let's start with what's going on out west and the droughts, which have been going on in a lot of areas for many, many years. It's not like it's a 2022 thing, but you have these rivers that are drying up. You have reservoirs that are drying up. How dire is the situation, and is there a way to get out of it?
Yeah, it's a good question. There's actually a debate even among scientists whether, how long you call a drought a drought. How long does it last before we start thinking of a sort of a change in the climate? And so there's sort of this argument of there's a bit of drought, where you've had multi-decade now of drought conditions out in some parts of the West. But you also have an idea that the West is undergoing aridification. It's just a drying trend, and that what we've seen over the last couple decades may be a bit of a new normal for that region. So, either way, what a lot of the West is facing, especially the lower part of the Colorado River, there is serious water shortages to the point where, they're having to decide whether to allocate water for municipal water use, for potable water and drinking water, or for agricultural use. And so, when you look at the outlooks for the next couple of decades for that part of the U.S., models are projecting a kind of continuation of that drying trend, that aridification. So, unfortunately, it's not like there's a rosy outlook for that region. So certainly, just the way to get out of it is better and more sustainable water planning. And that could mean a pretty significant change in lifestyles out in the West.
Dr. Ford, when you look at the scope of world history, climate science is relatively new. So how do you put climate data and trends? How do we know how to put that into perspective and context?
Yeah, that's a good question. It is challenging because the climate, really, we can talk about climate on the order of decades, years, centuries, but also millennia, and even going all the way back to the 4 billion year history of the Earth. And so really the way we talk about climate change as it affects us, it impacts to agriculture and communities and public health, we really focus on the time periods that are most relevant for those impacts. And so, yes, the climate has changed quite a bit over the last million years, 10 million years, 4 billion years. But it is the last 100 years or so of climate change all across the world, but and even locally here, that has the largest impacts on agriculture systems, communities, public health in St. Louis, in Dallas, in Los Angeles. And so that's where we distinguish the last 100 years of climate change from the longer term climate change, is the difference in what's driving it, but also the difference in what actually impacts our livelihoods.
So, again, we know you're based at Illinois State, and I'm assuming you've taken a look at our region, this area. Are we in any danger of any of these things happening here? I know right now it's the Southwest. It's happening in other parts of the world, too. What's the outlook in the I guess you could just say the general Midwest, this central part of the country?
Yeah, well, certainly being the Illinois State climatologist, the Metro East area is still in my purveyance. And so, they definitely got the other side of the flooding that you all got in St. Louis proper. And so, looking at the outlook for the Midwest, the kind of multi-decade drying or drought in the West is not really what's on the docket for projections for the Midwest. Really what we've seen over the last 100 years is the Midwest generally, we could think of, the Missouri, Illinois area more specifically, has gotten wetter. It's gotten warmer in every single season. Winter has warmed at a faster rate than all the other seasons. So we've seen warmer winters overall, but wetter overall has been the main trend. And the thing is that, Illinois as a state has gotten about 5 inches wetter now than we were at about 1900. But the thing is that additional 5 inches is not coming as a consistent, addition in every single month. We're seeing more intense rainfall overall. So more rainfall, but more intense rainfall. And of course, we saw that just last month in the St. Louis area and really all across the Midwest in many places. So, and the projections from models really show a continuation, if not acceleration, of those trends, dependent on, of course, greenhouse gas emissions between now and mid-century or so. But that's really what's on the docket. So when I talk about outlooks for different sectors, agriculture, industry, navigation, communities, it's really thinking about what are we doing in the face of resilience to more intense rainfall, which of course causes significant flooding, more heat overall, so extreme heat events, more humidity, which of course exacerbate that, and then the long-term background change of a warmer, wetter climate that could bring things like, for example, more invasive species of plants and animals, things like that. So that's really what's on the outlook for the Midwest, and it definitely is a different picture than what we would be talking about if we were in, again, Las Vegas or Phoenix.
Yeah, so clearly an area like St. Louis can handle a lot of water over a period of time. But we saw, as you mentioned just a few weeks ago, that we can't handle it all at once. So are we in for more of that next summer and the summer after that? I know it's hard to predict exactly, but could we see more of those kinds of events where we just have so much water all at once that there's nothing we can do about it?
Yeah, so what we've seen in the shorter term trends, the last several decades, is an increase in precipitation intensity. And so more of those very intense events. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean 12 inches of rain in 12 hours, right? That is an extreme event. And it's more likely than not, much more likely than not, we will not see that next summer or the next summer after that. But when we take the long-term view, when you're not necessarily thinking this summer, next summer, but if you're building a subdivision or a retention pond, those have 50, 70, 100-year life cycles. Over that time period, looking out 50, 70, 100 years, the models are suggesting that we will see an increased frequency of those events. Now, they are still extreme. It's not like we're going to see that every single year, but the likelihood of being exposed to an extreme event, sort of like what we got in July, that is increasing for the St. Louis area.
If the United States is able to become greener and we see the emergency with a climate change, what happens if China, India, and Russia also don't change dramatically? Wouldn't we still be doomed?
Well, so I push back just a second on the doom part. We try not to preach doom and gloom as much. It's hard as a climate scientist, but I try not to preach that because then there's just no reason to hope, right? There's no reason to do anything. We're just doomed, right? Like a meteorite's coming to strike, kill us all, and we're all doomed. Nothing like that. But your question's a good one. It does take a global effort to what we're talking about here is basically mitigating climate change, reducing, eliminating greenhouse gas emissions to reduce the overall level of warming between now and when the impacts really ramp up by mid and late century. So everything we can do in the United States, because we have a pretty significant footprint, does reduce that warming. And what models suggest is that reduction in warming also reduces the impacts locally. So the flooding in St. Louis, for example, the heat, the things like that. So it does make a difference irrespective of what's going on in other countries. However, the mitigation is just one part of the piece here of the equation. Another piece is called adaptation. And that's basically saying we are in for some level of increase in these extremes, no matter what. Now, again, it's not doomed, but even if we were to eliminate all greenhouse gas emissions now, we would still see a slight increase because of that lag effect. And so adaptation means is basically making our systems more resilient and more just so that we don't see the extreme number of water rescues, for example, around St. Louis when we get those intense rainfall events. And so what that adaptation building, that is very local. And so it doesn't really matter so much what's going on in Russia or China or even in California. Building resilience in St. Louis starts in St. Louis.
I like that answer. That's a hope-giving answer.
Yeah, well, Amy's just Amy has none of that. So
Oh my gosh.
you're lucky she got her to agree with you. So I know as a climatologist, I'm sure that you hear pushback from people who either just they don't want to hear it. Climate's always changing. So what's the difference? And I feel like no matter how many times you explain it to them, it doesn't quite register that this is a little bit different than just climate changing on its own. And there's also the pushback that we have anything to do with it. Where do you stand on all of those things?
Yeah, it's a really nuanced issue, and so what I come from is what is my purpose. So, for example, if I'm trying to bring information to emergency managers, planners, engineers, to again thinking about building resilience in St. Louis or in Chicago or wherever, even if they don't believe that we are the cause of climate change, the numbers still work out that we're seeing these impacts more frequently. So we put politics aside and say, we don't want to make our residents more vulnerable. We want to make them less vulnerable. We can all agree on that. We don't want crop yields to tank. We don't want to see people drowning in their homes or their cars. So let's start from there, and we can build resilience irrespective of what you think about the politics of climate change. With that being said, it is important to acknowledge the role that we have when we're thinking about the policies that need to be put in place to overall reduce the level of climate change. However, I will argue that not everybody can be convinced that those things are necessary. Just with any sort of policy issue, you're never going to have 100% agreement rate on things. And so that the fact that there are still some folks who it doesn't really matter what is said or what's experienced, they just don't really buy into the idea of human-induced changes in climate. We can still get that work done to make it so that we don't experience those large impacts.
Trent, this is great stuff, man. Really appreciate your time. Thanks for the information and also the method of delivery, because I do think how we deliver messages matters and the language we use matters, because we're not trying to pick fights. We're trying to make things better, and appreciate your efforts in that regard. We'll definitely look forward to reaching out again, man. Thank you.
Hey, awesome. Thanks all. Have a good weekend.
You got it. You do the same. That's Dr. Trent Ford from Illinois State, profession, climatologist, talking to us about what we've experienced here, what's happening out west, and obviously, more importantly, the path forward. Because, as he points out, whether you believe it's us or not, you still got to take care of the problems that exist and the ones that are going to be coming down the pike. So I liked him a lot.
Yeah, he's really good. I just hope that it does sink in with people, but based on a couple of texts, it's not.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I don't know
more than a couple of texters out there.
Yeah, thankfully. There's one guy text a lot.
One guy.
This
we don't
dude.
know. Do we know that it's a guy?
It has to be. It has to be. I mean, there's just
fits all the personality
no
traits.
chance.
It's definitely
No chance. It's not.
Oh, that's very well done. Very well done. All right, stick around. We got a lot more to do. Some baseball talk coming your way. Mike Claiborne's going to join us at 1 o'clock. We'll have our regular Redbird Report at 12:30. And coming up next, we're going to talk about people apologizing for a person simply showing up to a public event. Very odd thing. We'll explain next on the show.
For everything online, it's Odyssey.com. Download the Odyssey app and listen to The Dave Glover Show and all the news, talk, sports, and podcasts that move you. Odyssey, that's AUDACY.
It's Miller Furniture's summer end clearance sale going on now through September 11th.
We have over $4 million of inventory on sale in our Belleville, Lake St. Louis, and Ellisville showrooms. Save now on all in-stock and select custom orders.
I'm Mark Miller, owner of Miller Furniture, your home for quality American-made furniture since 1927. We searched the globe for the world's best furniture, and what I've found is some of the best values are made right here in the USA.
Save on all Flex Steel sectionals, sofas, love seats, chairs, and recliners during our Flex Steel authorized savings event. Flex Steel is a great value with its superior construction, durable leathers, and competitive pricing.
Miller Furniture has the largest selection of solid wood, American-made furniture in the St. Louis area, including handmade Amish furniture that you won't find at any other store. Plus, it's in stock and ready for immediate delivery.
Don't miss the summer end clearance sale going on now through September 11th. Miller Furniture, your American-made furniture headquarters on both sides of the river.
Getting mauled by the bears in the stock market? What about a looming recession? Is it giving you a sinking feeling about your retirement? Well, working with an Edelman Financial Engines wealth planner can give you confidence no matter what the markets are up to. Right now, when you call 833-PLAN-EFE or visit EdelmanFinancialEngines.com, you'll get a complimentary retirement review and financial plan. With all that's happening in the markets and the economy, the offer comes at a perfect time. Your experienced Edelman Financial Engines wealth planner will suggest a portfolio using our investment management approach that's based on Nobel Prize-winning research. Don't miss out. Call 833-PLAN-EFE by Tuesday, 10 p.m. for this complimentary offer. That's 833-PLAN-EFE or visit EdelmanFinancialEngines.com. That's EdelmanFinancialEngines.com.
If you own a house in St. Louis and you want to sell it as is without any inspections or the need to make any repairs, call Chris Buys Homes St. Louis at 314-328-8000 or at chrisbuyshomes.louis.com and get your cash offer without any obligations, commissions, banks, or headaches. Chris buys vacant houses, inherited houses, fixer-uppers, beautiful houses, even the tenant won't pay the rent apartment. Google Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis. That's Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis, and check out the best reviews from satisfied customers. When you sell to Chris, you decide when you want to move according to your schedule and your terms. Go to chrisbuyshomesinstlouis.com. Google Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis or call 314-328-8000. That's 314-328-8000. Call Chris and get the offer you've been waiting for. Chris Buys Homes in St. That's Chris Buys Homes in St. or call 314-328-8000.
Sure, we all love to have a clean home, but what about the things that you can't see that are making your home dirty? I'm talking about germs, bacteria, mold, and more. This is Debbie Monterey, and you really need to call Beam of St. Louis if you want a truly healthy home. Beam of St. Louis can provide you with a whole house HEPA air filtration system that provides HEPA pure air 24/7 in every room in your home. It'll help reduce allergy symptoms without a prescription. For the healthiest home possible, make sure you have a Beam Central Vacuum System. It removes 100% of the collected germs, bacteria, mold, and dust. So, a Beam Central Vacuum System and a Beam Whole House HEPA air filtration system. The folks at Beam of St. Louis are great to work with, fantastic customer service, one-day installation. Give them a call at 314-567-1515 or online at beamstl.com. That's Beam of St. Louis. You'll be glad you called.
Local news and information direct to your smart speaker. Just say, play KMOX.
Hi, back another show. Chris Ranji, Amy Mark Scores, Kevin Wheeler with you on a Friday. We will be doing our Friday draft a little bit later on. We're going to be drafting the best spin-offs in television history.
TV and streaming.
And streaming.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them actually are movies too, but the best spin-offs in general.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be having some fun with that a little bit later on.
By the way, we have the comprehensive list.
Yeah, we have, well, it's
there's
close to
nothing.
comprehensive.
No. There's nothing.
Exhaustive.
We have all of them. So whatever we choose today,
We're right.
we're right.
Good. We're also going to do the fun police, are we?
Yeah,
Are we
Kevin,
doing the
the
fun
fun
police a
police
little bit
is
later
sitting
on?
over there, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Judging.
You guys will judge everybody else's plans. I'll judge you.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah. So business as usual.
Yeah, I mean, basically, somebody's got to keep you dorks in line.
Says the guy whose dog's name is R2.
And is wearing a Cornholio shirt.
Not today. No, not today.
You got
But
two
I have
of them.
two of them.
You
I
have two Cornholio shirts.
I've got two Cornholio shirts, like 6 Slipknot shirts.
Oh, that's fine.
Superman.
That's fine.
I got 2 Superman shirts. I got a lot of nerd shirts.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah. That doesn't mean you guys aren't nerds too.
Speaking of apologies, you owe us one for all of that stuff.
I'm sorry if you were offended. My favorite.
I love passive aggressive apologies.
I'm sorry if what I said bothered you.
I don't remember who said it years ago, but I think the exact words were, "I'm sorry that you went and got offended." Like that I purposely sought out the offense. Yeah, that I went and got offended is awesome.
Well,
What a great way to say it.
The reason we went there was there's a story yesterday. Podcast Movement has an expo going on. You know what expos are? You have a booth, and anybody that wants to advertise their wares can buy a booth. And well, this is for podcasts.
Their wares.
And
like of all the definitions of an expo,
stop interrupting.
You can sell your wares and your goods, perhaps the harvest. Bring the harvest to the
Listen
expo.
to Grandma Mark Scores giving me a hard time for using old-timey words.
Bring your dead.
Anyway,
Kevin, I got to make a stop at the outpost.
We need some wares. So what happened at this particular expo, it was about people's podcast wares. And here's the so somebody showed up, and that somebody apparently was not popular with the people that were in attendance there, and that person is Ben Shapiro. Now, he is the co-founder of the Daily Wire. They had a booth at this expo, and shockingly, the co-founder of this thing showed up at the booth to visit. Now, I don't really like that guy. I'm not talking about his beliefs. I think he's just kind of a jerk.
He's a little abrasive.
Yeah.
He, obviously a conservative. He was with the youngest syndicated columnist in the country. Very smart, but he comes across kind of that like the owning the libs.
Sure.
Is pretty abrasive.
But have you bought your Liberal Tears mug yet?
Yes, that guy. But all he did was show up.
Yeah.
To the booth of the company that he co-founded.
Yeah.
And the organizers had to send out an apology to all of their attendees
For his presence.
just because he showed up. And they said though he was not registered or expected, we take full responsibility for the harm done by his presence.
Unbelievable.
Was he beating people? Was he
I don't know what he does.
Was he attacking people?
I don't know. I don't know his style.
Like you can not like somebody and not
He
like that
talks
they're
fast.
there.
That's his style.
I know that. Yeah.
Like you can not like
Which means he's smart.
a bad you could say he's a bad guy, whatever. You can say what you want. How is he harming you by being there?
He's not. It's silly. Like I don't feel bad for him they did this, but I think it's silly to release an apology
It's the
about
best
it.
thing ever for him.
Yeah.
You're
like
just fueling him.
I think it's nonsensical. It's not a good look. There's no reason to do it. It makes you look petty. As much as I don't care for him either, like he does absolutely nothing for
But
me,
it's
and that's fine.
weird.
I'm sure I do nothing for a lot of people too.
It's
But,
weird that for him, it's his presence. Ohio State did
Yeah.
the same thing.
No, it's fine. But he still gets his. But I don't feel bad for him or anything.
No, he's fine. In fact, this
doing great.
This is good for him.
Yeah, it
because
is.
it allows
It
him to
is.
come back with more tears. See?
But it
I got
does
more
make
tears.
me look down on the people who are threatened by his presence.
Yeah. You need to toughen up a little bit, man.
I'm not sure how many people really did feel threatened. I think it's overkill of a statement.
The Dave Glover Show on Kevin Wheeler.
Wheeler loves to talk. And so we were talking, and he walks out, and Andrew's like, oh, boy. Well, this guy.
He has just talked for 4 hours, and this is not just today. It's every day when we come in here. He's still talking when the microphones are off until he gets to the door and leaves.
Some people count steps. I count words every day.
The Dave Glover Show. Hear what you're missing.
I can talk forever.
Weekdays at 2 on KMOX.
2022 is the year for that diamond upgrade. Time to go from a 1 carat to a 2 carat, or a 2 carat up to a 4 or 5 carat. It's true, going bigger is in, but that doesn't mean you have to overpay or compromise on quality. Diamonds Direct is your best destination for large, unique, and rare diamonds. These are exquisite, hand-picked precious diamonds from 2 carats to 20 carats, in all shapes, independently graded by the GIA. These diamonds have all been chosen for maximum brilliance. Best part, Diamonds Direct's stunning large diamonds are sourced from the best ethical diamond cutters around the globe, purchased exclusively for our showroom, and free from any broker or middleman upcharges. This means you can go bigger with the confidence that you're getting the highest quality at the best possible price nationwide. You see, at Diamonds Direct, we're more than just another jewelry store. We're the nation's true diamond experts with unrivaled selection, uncompromising standards, and unbeatable value. Let us prove it today with your diamond upgrade. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion. DiamondsDirect.com.
The eyes of the chess world are on St. Louis, the chess capital of the United States, as the St. Louis Chess Club proudly hosts St. Louis Rapid and Blitz from August 25th to August 30th. 10 of the world's best grandmasters, including reigning champion Hikaru Nakamura and St. Louis's own Fabiano Caruana, Lanier Dominguez, and Levon Aronian. Rounds start at 1 p.m. daily. Watch all the action live on grandchesstour.org.
Nationally recognized, locally invested, Busey Bank is pleased to be named one of America's best banks for 2022 by Forbes. A prestigious and humbling honor, Busey is proud to deliver best-in-class service to our valued customers and vibrant communities. Whatever your financial needs, partner with an award-winning team for solutions to your business, wealth, and personal banking needs. Building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
At 11:30, we've got 84 degrees downtown at the Arch.
CBS News special report. The Justice Department was expected to release at this hour a heavily redacted document explaining why the FBI searched former President Donald Trump's Florida estate earlier this month. CBS News correspondent Skylar Henry talked to legal analyst Rebecca Royfee.
According to legal documents already made public, federal agents are investigating potential violations of federal laws, including impeding an investigation, removal of classified national security records, and violating parts of the Espionage Act.
It seems unlikely that any judge would have issued a warrant for a former president's home if it hadn't been a very strong case.
Many sections of the report have been blacked out to protect the identity of witnesses and agents and top government secrets, but it may be the fullest indication yet of why the search happened at Mar-a-Lago. There's been enormous public interest. CBS News special report. I'm Cammie McCormick.
And stay tuned for updates as our partners at CBS, the Associated Press, and Bloomberg comb through the document. There's a crash on 6440 East past Prospect on the right shoulder, an accident involving a tractor-trailer handling between Airport Road and Frost Avenue. Our forecast from AccuWeather, partly sunny and humid today with a high of 88. Clear and sticky overnight, the low 70. Humid with a mix of clouds and sun tomorrow with a high of 90. Right now, we've got 84 degrees downtown at the Arch. All the news you need for your day is on the free Odyssey app. Download it now. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Hi, I'm Mandy Moore. Stand Up to Cancer is closer than ever before to achieving its mission to make every cancer patient into a long-term survivor. To learn more and get Advantage miles, go to standuptocancer.org/American Airlines.
All right, guys, direct your attention to the doctors. Now, the reason that they refer to the doctors at Ophthalmology Associates as the doctors is because doctors go to them for their eye care, and they do that more than any other. They go there more than any other practice. Now, that tells you a lot. And by the way, Kevin Wheeler here. I want to tell you about my experience at Ophthalmology Associates. I come into this like kind of an amateur, right? I haven't had glasses or contacts. I've had 2 eye exams in my entire life. And one of them was a few weeks back at Ophthalmology Associates. It was super quick, super easy, covered all the bases. I found out all these interesting things that I didn't know before, like they can find things that might be coming down the pike if you go in and get your regular exams. They can also help you with things like dry or itchy eyes, which is what I had. And I didn't even know it was a thing. I just thought, allergies. And well, it wasn't that. I have salty tears. There's too much salt in there. It dries things out. It makes my eyes feel heavy. And all it took from was a little bit of a recommendation from Dr. Malhotra. And now I have eye drops that fix that. And it's as simple as drip, drip. Once in the morning, drip, drip in the evening, and now I have no problems with any of that. But I should emphasize that Dr. Malhotra and Dr. Birdie, they are surgeons, cornea surgeons to be specific. They're experts in diagnosis and treatment of eye diseases. And again, dry eye, allergy eyes, cataracts, the whole deal. And the doctors of Ophthalmology Associates, along with Dr. Birdie and Malhotra, you have Dr. Robert Bersati and Dr. Andrew Royer. They're all experts in these things, and you can call and get your appointment 314-966-5000. You can visit youridoc.com. Easy to find. It's at 12990 Manchester Road, just a half mile west of 270, right there on Manchester Road. Again, it's 314-966-5000 to see the doctors, youridoc.com.
Driven by the Bommarito Automotive Group, the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Buying a car is just a few clicks away at Bommarito.com. Choose new or pre-owned. See it today, drive it today. Shop thousands of vehicles and even buy 100% online with Bommarito Fast Pass. Go a test drive, get financing. What's more for your trade at Bommarito, and we'll deliver your vehicle to you. A better experience, a better price, and real service after the sale. Go with the automotive leader, Bommarito, Missouri's #1 automotive group. Open 24/7 at Bommarito.com.
KMOX is Cardinals Radio.
It's the Cards and Braves tonight. Ameren pregame show 6:20. First pitch 7:15. Hear the game on KMOX and streaming on KMOX.com. The show and the draft.
The draft.
Building the perfect team.
I love the draft.
It's the draft.
More draft.
On the show.
It is Draft Friday. Today, we are drafting the best spin-offs. Now, some of these spun off into movies. Some spun off into other TV shows. Some are from movies that became other movies. Some are from movies that became TV shows. Some are from TV shows that became TV shows. Do you guys understand?
Wow.
Yes, I
I
know what a spinoff is, Kevin.
Jeez, why don't you explain what an expo is?
That's where you can show off your wares.
You see these that I have down here? Those are underwears.
Oh, nice. Don't show those off.
Oh, they're
That gets you in trouble in the workplace.
Yeah.
All right. So we're beginning the draft of spinoffs. You can throw in your contributions if you'd like at 314-436-7900. We'll visit some of those as we go along. I have been awarded the first pick today.
You are number one because you missed like the last 3 days of picks of drafts.
Yeah, you're right.
During the 80s week.
Thank you for giving me the honors, and I'm going modern.
Okay.
I'm gonna play the audio, but my computer's not working.
Oh, it's not working. Turn us up. What is this?
It sounds a little bit like a Western,
I have chills. I love
but
it.
it's not. What is kind of a space Western?
Oh, is this Mandalorian?
It's the Baby Yoda
Oh.
show. I'm
How
picking The
good is this
Mandalorian.
soundtrack,
Oh, it's
though?
the greatest. It's the greatest. It's one of my favorite TV shows of all time.
Like I'm getting I'm excited. I'm nervous.
Oh,
Listen to this.
I like it.
Oh, it was
No,
great. It's great.
Do you know why I don't know this? And I watched The Mandalorian because I love what's his name?
Pablo?
Pedro Pascal, right?
Oh wait, not Pablo. Pedro.
Pedro, yeah.
There's a lot of P's.
Yes, I like him very much. I always skip the intros.
Yeah, that's a horrible
shows.
thing. This song is such
Yeah.
a great song. All right, guys,
All right.
I'm going.
So the
with
number
my-
one pick overall is The Mandalorian by
Yes.
Kevin. Amy.
and I am jealous. I am super jealous, but I'm going to go with mine, which is I will come to no surprise to you guys.
Oh gosh, I bet I know what this is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, baby, I hear the blues are calling. Tossed salads and scrambled eggs.
Oh.
Quite
Frasier.
stylish. And maybe I seem a bit
Do you know
confused.
Frasier is the
Yeah,
only
maybe,
actor
but I got you pegged.
to have won 3 Emmys
But I
for
don't
the
know
same
what to do
character
with those tossed salads.
on 3 different shows.
Yeah.
He won a
Frasier is the actor?
Frasier. Kelsey Grammer.
Oh.
He won 3 Emmys for the character of Frasier on Wings, the show
Wings.
Frasier, and Cheers. No other actor has done that.
Well, all right. I guess I can get
Michael
down with that.
Calhoun has my back on this. Michael Calhoun and I are huge fans of Frasier.
There you go.
All right. So your number 1 overall pick for the spin-off show is Frasier. I am going to take this as my number 1 of all time.
It might be the best TV show song ever.
It definitely is that.
I love the song.
Yeah, it definitely is that. But The Jeffersons was a spinoff, and I don't think a lot of people realize that it was a spinoff. So I'm very happy to take The Jeffersons. Now, I was very young when this show was happening, but it's a great. I think you have to go with it.
There you go.
All right, so for me, it's The Jeffersons. The pick number 2, Kevin.
So
We're going to try to get through 4, maybe more.
With the first pick of the second round of the Friday draft,
yes,
the Wheeler selects Law and Order SVU.
Oh, SVU.
Well, Law and Order.
Yeah, you're right.
Law and Order was the original.
You're right.
SVU is the spinoff.
You're right.
How do you know? Do you know of any spinoffs that have been on the air for like 24 years? This show has been on the air for almost 25 years, I believe, maybe even 25 years.
Yep.
And I used to watch it back in the day. I don't watch it anymore. But that's my number 2 pick.
All right.
I like
that
one.
That's pretty good. All right. My pick goes back to my first grade days. This was on in the afternoon, right after Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I'm really upset with this pick.
I don't know what that is.
This
Yes,
is
you do.
Saved by the Bell.
I have never seen it.
Kevin.
What do
Kevin,
you mean?
really?
I was like 20 when that show came. You think a 20-year-old was watching
I
Saved
watched
by
it
the
when I
Bell?
was 20.
Now, you're a weirdo.
That's
a
great.
song. Kelly Kapowski.
Oh,
Everybody
Kelly
loved
Kapowski and Zach Morris.
Yep.
And AC Slater.
Oh, AC Slater.
And Screech is dead.
Isn't there?
I forgot.
Isn't
died a few
one of
years
those
ago.
people
And
is still
Mr.
famous,
Belding?
right?
Well,
Mario Lopez.
yeah, Mario Lopez still
Yeah,
does stuff,
okay.
and Zach. What is his name again? Mark Paul Gosselaar.
Yeah.
Okay, he's in stuff.
He's still in stuff.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, like he was in a crime show.
And then Jessica, I don't know her real name. She was in that movie Striptease when
Who
it
the
came
hell?
out.
Oh, Jesse Spano.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was. Oh, it's
You're on-
my turn to
Ronji,
pick.
you're on the clock.
I'm really upset about that because I was actually going to take that
Oh,
one.
no.
So my number 2 overall pick, and it just ended, but man, was this show great. Better Call Saul is one of the great spin-off shows, and it is a spin-off of Breaking Bad.
Yep.
This show is so good. I loved it. I'm really upset, but they had to end the story at some point.
All right, third round pick for me. I'm
Okay.
going old school. This is one of the best. I never knew this until recently. When we were talking about it, I didn't realize it was a spinoff, but it is. It's a spinoff of Happy Days, right?
Nanu.
Oh,
Oh!
Mork and Mindy.
I love this show so much.
Oh, Mork and Mindy. That's a great spin-off show. Robin Williams.
I would argue
Yeah.
that he's one of my favorites of all time in the entertainment world. I love his stand-up.
Yeah.
His movies are amazing. I love the fact that Jonathan Winters was in Mork and Mindy as the baby because they age
Oh,
backwards.
Yeah.
That's right. You know,
I loved Mork and
to
Mindy.
be completely honest, I didn't know this was a spinoff of Happy Days
Yeah.
until we did the spinoffs.
You did it?
Yeah, I didn't
No.
remember it was, no.
But I
All
loved
right.
Mark. Yeah,
All right, so that's my third pick.
Amy?
I like my team. My team's pretty
Your
strong.
team's pretty good. So you went Mork and Mindy. So far, you've got The Mandalorian, SVU, and Mork and Mindy. Amy has Frasier, Saved by the Bell, and...
And
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
House and Member Incorporated.
All right.
Give us any chance we'll take.
Hey,
Wow, Amy, do you
you
know
were
we have
so
we have a
awkward.
guest in the other studio that's seeing you do that?
Yeah, you are so awkward.
Amy just
how
stopped.
can you not dance to this song?
Not like
Oh, I gotta
that.
tell it.
Oh man,
That is-
that's a
And the
great that was a great
greasy-
show though.
Who was the guy with the greasy curl?
That was Squiggy,
Squiggy.
and you know Squiggy was a baseball scout for the Milwaukee Brewers
That's true.
in real life. In real
Yeah,
life,
I did
yes.
know that.
Serious?
Yes,
That's true.
Yeah, he
I did
passed
know
away
that.
what
Yep.
like a year or two ago. But yeah, that was his life after acting. He was a baseball scout.
Did not know that.
Yep.
All right.
Who's your last pick, Ranch?
This is the last one. Are we done with this one? Okay.
3 rounds today.
Oh.
For only 3 rounds?
Well, we did last week.
Okay.
Sad.
I feel like
I'm sorry, you guys.
it's
but
all
hey.
right. All right. My final pick, the number 3 pick for me.
Why don't I recognize this?
How do you not recognize this?
Evan.
Read any good news on the newspaper page.
Family Matters.
Oh, I've never watched this either.
This
You
was
haven't?
on TGIF.
Yeah,
Full
this-
House,
Yes, again, when you
Family
were
Matters,
13 or
Step by
12,
Step.
I was in college. I wasn't
Yeah.
watching Family
Okay.
Matters in
Ah, well.
college.
Grandpa.
I
Yeah,
was
Grandpa.
partying. I was on South Beach.
Well, Family Matters is a spin-off of Perfect Strangers.
Was
which
it really?
Yes, it was.
Isn't that crazy?
I
Yeah.
did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which was a
I used to watch Perfect
watch that
Strangers
one.
when I was a
We
kid.
loved Perfect
Don't be
Strangers.
ridiculous.
Yeah. He was
Show
also
was
that
the
guy,
best.
Bronson Pinchot is his name, right?
Yes,
He was
that's
great
him.
in Beverly Hills Cop in
That's
that one
right.
scene.
He was.
Yeah.
You're
It
exactly
was pretty
right.
brilliant. All right, so we've got the teams tabulated,
We have them. So we're gonna put them on Twitter.
and you guys can vote.
Yeah, at the show KMOX. You
and
have
then
to
all
go
of us
to.
will retweet.
Yes, we will retweet, and you can vote, and we will have results by the end of the show today.
Awesome.
So let us
Guys,
know who has the best team.
Awesome. All right. A little bit later on, Redbird Report. Mike Claiborne's going to join us at 1 o'clock. We had a lot to cover with Claibs today. Jeff Dye is going to join us in a couple minutes. Jeff's performing at Helium tonight and tomorrow night. Was already in doing a show last night. Talk to him about what's going on. See what he thinks of our stupid lists.
There were so many on there. Ugh.
The lists were really good. We'll talk to Jeff Dye in a few minutes here on the show.
If you filed a tax extension in April, don't wait until it's too late to handle your tax issues. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Drury Law Firm. Every year, thousands of Missourians file extensions when their taxes are due in April. But what people don't know is the extension only moves your deadline to file your return, not to pay your taxes. So if you didn't pay anything back in April, you could now owe taxes plus interest plus penalties. You think you bought yourself time, but really you've just added to the total bill. If this sounds like you, call the Lance Drury Law Firm today. I am a local tax attorney with an A+ BBB rating, and I will meet with you right away to help handle your tax problems quickly. The deadline to file your return after an extension has already passed, so call the Lance Drury Law Firm now before it's too late. Remember, if you have IRS issues, you have legal issues. Call attorney Lance Drury, 314-260-6120, or go to Lance, DRURYlaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
KMOX Night at the Ballpark returns Wednesday, September 14th as the Cardinals take on the Brewers.
Got into it. It's a goner.
Celebrate Cardinals history in the making. Fans who purchase a special team ticket will receive an exclusive KMOX t-shirt honoring Yadier Molina and Albert Pujols.
Another Albert Pujols big line.
Come join us and celebrate at KMOX Night at the Ballpark, September 14th. Tickets on sale now at cardinals.com/KMOX.
We are all on this planet together, so join Odyssey and find your one thing. Improve your gas mileage by properly inflating tires and taking your car in for a tune-up. Join Odyssey, and together, each of us doing one thing makes a greener tomorrow. What's your one thing?
It's easy to think all money managers are pretty much the same, but at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different? How? You sell high commission investment products, right?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission-based investment products.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Nope, never at Fisher. We're a fiduciary obligated to act in our client's best interest. It's the highest standard of care for a financial advisor.
How do you know what's in their best interest?
We get to know our clients and then tailor a portfolio based on their goals and needs.
But you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No, we have one transparent management fee structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, you really do look out for your clients.
That's because our top priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. It might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments and securities involve the risk of loss.
Beast Plumbing is the premier plumber in St. Louis. They work all over the region, and they do everything from stopped-up toilets, sewer repairs, sewer lateral camera inspections, sewer and drain cleaning services, faucet repair services, water pressure services, water filtration. They've got water treatment systems, water softeners, water filters, and they've got an August special, $75 off a toilet install. How about that for a deal? Get a hold of Beast Plumbing right away, BEISplumbing.com, or call them 314-698-1154. Tell them Bo sent you to Beast.
Hi, this is Debbie Monterey for my trusted friend and realtor, Gloria Liu, with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Gloria is the agent I've been recommending for years. If you are planning to sell your home in this crazy seller's market, you do not want to leave a single dollar on the table. You'll love working with Gloria. Gloria Liu will guarantee to sell your home at your agreed-to price and time frame, or she will buy it guaranteed in writing. Her secret? Well, Gloria has the buyers. Thousands of ready buyers looking for homes in your price range and in your neighborhood. Lawrence and Shelby sold their St. Louis home in just 3 days at $17,250 over asking price with multiple offers when their previous agent produced 0 results. They chose Gloria over other agents, and they were thrilled with the results. You should call Gloria Liu today with any questions, 314-325-6888, 314-325-6888. It's Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Find her online at gloriahasthebuyers.com. gloriahasthebuyers.com.
Mission St. Louis helps people work their way out of poverty through education and workforce development. Make a difference today through a tax credit eligible donation at missionstl.org.
Listen right here this weekend to Everyday Wealth with Soledad O'Brien and Gene Chatsky, presented by Edelman Financial Engines. Your hosts and their guests will explore how our financial decisions shape our everyday lives. For airtimes, visit everydaywealth.com.
Hey guys, Glover here, and I see clearly thanks to Doctors Bertie and Malhotra, and you can too. Go to youridoc.com today or call 314-966-5000.
The show, sponsored by Straight Realty, your St. Louis area experts. Why pay more than 4? 314-441-4444.
Dude, I'm here for the show. What show?
St. Louis, this is your show.
The show.
The show on KMOX.
I do well with the ladies at first because I'm fun. But what happens is they have a lot of fun with me, and then they get really frustrated and they snap. And they're always like, God, why can't you be serious? You're so immature. And I'm like, hey, you're immature. Because, of course, I'm immature. There's no reason to grow up when you're me. Right? I'm at work right now. Does that blow anyone else's mind? This is me being professional.
That's Jeff Dye on the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
And now Jeff is in studio with us. He's at Helium this week, and Helium's a great venue over at the Galleria. I've been there a bunch of times. I love going there. And I know that's a little old, Jeff. I know it's not your new material.
Yeah, the Tonight Show. They go, it's not a real show. The Tonight Show. It's for children. It's like Jimmy Fallon's like, now we're gonna do karaoke with Kermit the Frog. It's children's programming. So when they go, want to come on the show? I go, yeah. How about this bit? And they go, how about just do things about kitty cats? So it's very hard. It's very hard to be edgy and yourself on the Tonight Show.
I am going to say, though, I don't know that a line or a bit or a joke has ever spoken to me more, because I don't know about the whole growing up thing.
Oh, yeah.
These guys look at me every day like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, have fun. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm a lot of fun. I'm a good time.
You're the strong disagree.
Yeah. Dude,
it's like you're proud of it. I know,
Yeah.
but it's like you're like strangely proud of
what
it.
it is?
You know when gals are like, I'm so boring, I'm like a grandma. It's like, well, that's why you're single and no one wants to hang out with you.
I am single.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Well, but that's what happens is they go, I'm boring. And I'm like, send me a pic. And they're like, I would never do that. It's like, yeah, this is your problem. You're so proud to be a rigid, boring person.
Super proud of it.
Yeah.
I own it.
Yeah, she goes, I was doing the crossword puzzle. Like, that sounds lame as hell.
You read up on her before you got here, didn't you?
It's like
You're
he
like one of
knows
those.
me. It's like reading my soul
Yeah.
over here.
It's like, what was that show, Crossing Over, with John Edward, where he'd read the room and like, oh, this person, you have a
figured it out.
Like, but he was reading everybody's bio first. That's what
Oh,
you
you
did.
tricked you. I didn't read
think
anybody's
you did.
bio. No.
Allegedly, I don't know.
No.
So
I didn't. No bio read. What happened is I was listening to you guys' segment, and then I go, man, these shows are some deep cuts. I go, I don't know any of this
Oh, our
shit.
draft.
Yeah. And then she said Saved by the Bell. I go, oh, she's my age. That's
Yeah,
fine, that's
yeah.
good. And then when I came in, the second I named one movie, she goes, we're not going to get along. I was like, all right. What a silly. How about just reject the guy the second he comes in? And then you guys were all
It's my
cool.
MO.
You guys were all cool dudes. And then she's like, we have one disagreement. I have to start a thing.
If it makes you feel better, that's every morning with the two
Yeah,
of us.
what's
in the
going
meetings.
on here?
Every
Yeah.
damn
We're not
day.
going to get along today.
Yeah, that's strange.
Yeah.
I'm friends with lots of people that don't like the same movies as me.
You should see her interact at a bar. Like
Oh,
if,
yeah?
if a guy comes up to her at a bar,
Yeah.
how that works out.
How does that go?
How does that go?
I don't know.
Raj?
You've told us.
Oh, yeah.
You've told us.
Yeah, I think I was a lot of fun. I think.
Didn't the guy tell you that you were the worst time ever?
Oh, my
Oh
goodness.
yeah, he said it was a life suck. He's like, you suck. You suck
Jeez.
the
That's
life
cold,
out
man.
of every party that you're at.
Wow. You know how bad that must be? Because here's the thing. Even if that were true,
Yeah.
hey, the gall to say it to someone's face.
I know.
He must be really like
Yeah.
not having a good time if
Not
he
a
said it
winner.
right to you.
Yeah, he was.
Not a winner.
Yeah, he was not a winner. There was a lot to look at. You know what I mean? Like a lot of chest hair, gold
Oh,
chains,
wow.
a little bit overly tan.
Yes.
You know, like beef jerky.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I
turkey
don't
jerky,
comment
maybe.
on people's color, their skin, but I see what you're saying.
He was overly tan.
Oh, okay. I don't
Overly
really. Black guy is what we call him. What a weird way to.
Amy.
What a weird way to phrase that.
Oh my god.
All right,
The
so
worst.
you showed us a picture a minute ago of you throwing out the first pitch at how many
Yeah.
different ballparks now?
I've done 13 so far. Yeah, it's really fun. I also the first pit. I'll just say it again. I went to every Major League Baseball park in one season, and then I was like, that was too easy. I need
Pre-pandemic?
like
before? In the before
yeah,
times?
pre-pandemic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
And then I was like, well, I need a new goal. So the new goal was to throw a first pitch at every park. And there's only one person that's ever done that, and it was like a little girl. She lost her hand for some terrible thing happened to her, and then a tech company made her like a Luke Skywalker,
Oh,
like
I saw
bionic
that.
hand.
I saw
And
that.
so as like a thing,
Yeah.
they had her throw a first pitch at every park using her
Yeah.
bionic hand. It's pretty cool. But that was she had a tech company help. She's also an adorable little girl. She's got a great story, right? She's probably gonna be on AGT next week. Going, oh, look at my hand. So that was very easy for her to accomplish the goal. It's been very difficult for me.
So
you know?
you've had, I mean, in some ways, you've had a lot more to overcome than she has.
No, she's the best. She's like my hero. I was just saying that it's very easy for her to get to throw a first pitch when
Yeah.
you've got a whole.
So
know,
we need a.
we need a reason.
I'm just some comedian that everyone hates right away. You know, like that.
No, just Amy.
Yeah, they go straight white guy. Ugh, we've heard it, But if I came in, if I came in as like a little girl with like a bionic hand, you'd be like, yeah, like, let's get her to throw a first pitch for the
she's
Cards.
cooler
Yeah, she's cool.
than you are.
Well, and she's got a great story and she's cute. and-
Yep.
Yeah.
But she's the only one that's thrown more first pitches than me.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang,
So
I didn't know that.
yeah, I'm on a roll. I'm trying to do them all.
I wish we'd have known. We might have tried to pull some strings.
I know. I'm talking with someone at the Cardinals right now about maybe Sunday. So
Oh.
we'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right.
We'll
During
see
the break, tell me who you're talking to.
Oh, yeah?
See
Oh,
if,
yeah,
see
for
if we
sure.
know some. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not sure. I don't know if we can do anything. We can try.
Yeah.
I know a couple people.
But till then, I'll be at Helium Comedy Club. 2 shows
Yeah,
tonight,
yeah.
2 shows tomorrow.
I saw how to go last night.
Super
you sold
fun,
out. Sold
man.
out last night. You're sold out for the late show
We're sold out
tonight,
for
right?
the late show tonight. Man, I love St. Louis so much. This town is amazing. It's like everyone is I don't know, very chill. It's very
Yeah, they
chill
kind of
town.
are. I think,
They're
so.
like,
I think it's a good. I think it's a good read.
yeah. Everyone's like just kind of like, and then I come in all guns ablazing. They're like, we don't know about this character. He's not very chill. But I like it.
Oh yeah,
It's a cool place.
yeah. So I think it's harder to win over people who are chill and you've got energy.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Well, even the lady in the lobby's like, wow, you're awake more than most comedians are. I was like, what the heck's that supposed to
Actually,
mean?
that's a good point, though.
Yeah.
You do seem very awake.
Yeah, I'm full of life.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's 10 a.m. your time.
Yeah. Well,
Like, so
also,
it's kinda
I've been
early.
up since 7 doing these things. I'm having a good time. It's nice.
Well, it's great. We're glad you came. Do we? You got time to stick around?
Yeah, I got time.
So we got to do news here
I
and
love
tell
it. Let's
people
talk about
things
the
about
news.
You wanna do the
redacted
news?
stuff.
No, but I'll react to it.
So that's what we do.
It's
Oh,
national.
yeah.
We don't
okay.
do the news.
That's what all these guys
That's
with
what I'm-
headphones
yeah.
out here are.
Yeah.
But it's National Heavily Redacted Affidavit Day.
You know what I got to ask you about though? I got to ask you about Bigfoot.
Oh, yeah. I'd love to
He's
talk
a big
about
friend.
Bigfoot.
He's a Bigfoot guy. I'm
Yeah.
I'm like
he's
a fake Bigfoot guy.
He's a big foot guy, not a big foot guy. There's a difference.
Thank you.
Oh, that's true.
You can find Jeff on Twitter at Jeff Dye,
Oh, yeah.
spelled exactly the way you think
He
it
gets
would
a lot
be.
of requests for those kinds of.
Jeff is
Oh,
at
good.
Helium tonight. 7:30 show is available. We'll tell you more about those ticks and more about Jeff when we come back.
You don't send the pictures of your...
McKnight Place Assisted Living and Memory Care. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years. Features luxury accommodations and exceptional service. At McKnight Place, residents enjoy spacious apartments, walking paths through lush gardens, fine dining, engaging activities, and more. As a trusted expert in senior living, they are there for you and your family. Questions? Concerns? Call McKnight Place at 314-993-3333 or visit McKnightPlace.com.
Have you been waiting for the perfect time to get your Missouri medical marijuana card? Today is the day at 420id.com. Dispensaries are open and inventory is in. 420id.com is a BBB accredited business with over 16,000 happy Missouri patients. If we can't approve you, you pay nothing at 420id.com. Open late every day until 9 p.m. Sign up for your Missouri medical marijuana card now at 420id.com and use promo code RADIO for $30 off today.
Hey friends, Matzo Matt for Brewpub, lots of Matzo Pizza. Things are about to get crazy as kids go back to school this week. First day outfit, first day back to school morning picture, plus actually getting the kids out the door on time. You got plenty of things on your mind this week. So let what's for dinner not be one of them. Just grab a Brewpub lots of Matzo Pizza from your grocer's frozen department. Loaded with delicious toppings, then bombarded with award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese, Brewpub pizzas are guaranteed A+. Easy, convenient, and quick. Make a Brewpub pizza dinner tonight.
Forget front row seats. We're taking you into the action on the field and in the dugout with Season 2 of Play Loud. Follow some of the league's biggest stars as we mic them up and get the cameras rolling during some of the hottest matchups of the season. Catch real-time reactions from Juan Soto and Francisco Lindor in the field, and catch all the hilarious conversations between players off the field with unprecedented access. Watch episodes of Play Loud at youtube.com/MLB. Play Loud brings you baseball like you've never seen before.
KMOX, KECK HD2, K254CR, St. Louis.
The legendary voice of St. Louis, KMOX. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
The following is a commercial announcement.
There's nothing like hearing the songs you love on local radio with no subscriptions and no monthly fees. But there's a new bill in Congress that could stop the music. If passed, this bill would tax your local radio station simply to play the music you love. Text LOCAL to 52886 and ask Congress to support local radio stations. Help us keep you connected to the music, local news, weather, and traffic that you need each day. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Summer is here, and that means grilling season is in full force at Cotton's Ace Hardware. At Cotton's Ace Hardware, you'll receive free assembly, free delivery, free haul away of your old grill, and free fuel for your new grill purchase of $300 or more. That's a $169 savings value. Cotton's Ace Hardware makes it easier than ever to replace your old grill. Let Cotton's Ace Hardware make your summer barbecue more enjoyable with that one-of-a-kind grill you've been looking for. Find your nearest St. Louis area location at cottonsace.hardware.com.
Mid-America's most trusted source for news, KMOX.
At 12 noon, we've got some sun downtown at the Arch. It's 85 degrees. I'm Michael Calhoun, and the news is sponsored by Michael's Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts, michaelsflooringoutlet.com. Our top story this hour.
CBS News special report. The Justice Department has just released heavily redacted documents explaining why it searched former President Donald Trump's Florida estate earlier this month.
A large chunk of this, the meat of this thing, is invisible.
CBS News correspondent Scott McFarland is going through the 38 pages, but it's unclear how much we'll learn. He has a few details on what areas were searched.
They believe the storage room in the former president's residential suite, which in the affidavit is referred to as Pine Hall. We've heard it previously referred to as 45 office, the 45th president, and other spaces within the premises are not currently authorized locations for the storage of classified information.
184 documents beared classification markings. 67 were marked as confidential, 92 as secret, and 25 as top secret. CBS News special report. I'm Cammie McCormick.
A day for admitting guilt for two more St. Louis aldermen.
Former Alderman Jeffrey Boyd stood before the judge who said, "How do you want to plead guilty? Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty as charged?" "Yes, sir." Boyd admitting to taking money, about $10,000, to help a businessman acquire city-owned land and get tax breaks for a gas station, and in a separate case, admitting that he falsified insurance documents for 3 used cars. Boyd had a used car business on the side. Up next, Board President Louis Reed. He's in the back of the courtroom and about to step up to the lectern to change his plea in this federal bribery case. At the courthouse, Kevin Killeen, KMOX News.
More big interest rate hikes are likely coming as the Federal Reserve says it remains focused on taming 40-year high inflation.
The Fed's been raising rates at the fastest pace in 4 decades, and Chair Jerome Powell signaling no end in sight.
We must keep at it until the job is done.
Telling a Fed symposium in Wyoming, stabilizing prices takes time and comes with a cost.
While higher interest rates, slower growth, and softer labor market conditions will bring down inflation, they will also bring some pain to households and businesses.
Saying more rate hikes could lead to job losses. Powell's most explicit warning yet about what he calls the unfortunate costs of reducing inflation. Sagar Magani, Washington.
Republican St. Louis County nominee Catherine Pinner is stepping aside, the Post-Dispatch reports. The Central Committee will choose another candidate to take on incumbent County Executive Democrat Sam Page. With still a few months to go before the November election, a new poll shows Missouri's U.S. Senate race is a lock.
According to a new SLU YouGov poll conducted this month, Attorney General Eric Schmidt is the clear winner, garnering 49% compared to Democrat Trudy Busch Valentine's 38%. 8% of those polled were still unsure who they'd back. SLU political science professor Ken Warren says it's hard to imagine Schmidt losing this race, but points out Valentine was able to use her money successfully in the primary, outspending Lucas Kuntz and blanketing the airwaves with ads. Debbie Monterey, KMOX News.
The First Mid-Bank and Trust Business Desk. Never forget your best friend.
It's National Dog Day. If you love your furry friend enough to get a tattoo of him or her, the retail company Bark is offering a free tattoo to 100 entrants. You can apply online through September 2nd. You have to send in a picture of your pooch and explain why you want to make it permanent. I'm Scott Carr, Bloomberg Radio.
The Dow from Stifel is down 603 points to 32,688. And we've got some debris on 6440 going east at Boone's Crossing. It's on the right shoulder. A stall 270 south past 44 on the right shoulder. Debris on 44 east before Jameson. That's got the left lane blocked. A crash on 6440 east past Prospect Road. That's on the right shoulder. And we've got a stall 170 north at Forest Park Parkway on the right shoulder.
Quite humid for this afternoon and turning out partly sunny with a high of 88 degrees. And skies clear for tonight, remaining sticky, low 70 tomorrow. Intervals of clouds and sunshine remaining humid with a high of 90. For AccuWeather, Meteorologist Matt Benz on the Voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Blue sky, 84 in Florissant, 85 in St. Peters, 85 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Sponsored by True Law. Learn more at sickvets.com.
If you were stationed at Camp Lejeune, you and your family may be victims of toxic water poisoning. You could be awarded financial compensation, but you must act now. Call 877-560-8555 for your free case review or visit sickvets.com. That's sickvets.com.
The show, sponsored by Straight Realty, your St. Louis area experts. Why pay more than 4? 314-441-4444.
All right, it's 12:05 on the show. Jeff Dye hanging out in studio with us. You'll find Jeff on Twitter at Jeff Dye. You'll probably remember seeing him on The Tonight Show. He's been on Comedy Central. You were on Last Comic Standing as well. I remember you from that.
Thank you.
That's what I love stand-up. The show, that's not the same. I have some friends that have been on that as well.
Yeah.
I remember you from that for sure. I remember you from the TV show as well.
Better late than never.
Yes.
Yeah, good show. All those guys were her age.
That's right.
It was like Terry Bradshaw,
George Foreman, Henry Winkler, William Shatner.
Yeah.
And then me. One of these doesn't match, does it? But they were great guys. I love them.
That's the question.
I fit in with those guys a lot, but here's the thing. I was only on the show to be like, what would it be like to vacation with them?
Uh-huh.
So you watched the show kind of through me. Like if you're watching, you're going, oh, that's what it'd be like. I'd be him with a lot of bathroom breaks, a lot of trying to pull your hair out, going,
Well, yeah, and the reason we bring this up, you're at Helium this weekend. So you were there last night. You're sold out for the 10:30 tonight. We do have tickets you can get in at 7:30 tonight, the early show. And I think there's some for tomorrow on both shows, if I remember correctly.
Yes, we still have some tickets available.
So it's stlouis.heliumcomedy.com.
Excited
where
to be
you can
here.
get your tickets. And
not in a pandemic. Last time I was here, it was like lockdown. And so the mall wasn't even open.
Oh, that's right.
We're in the mall, and I was going, shouldn't there be people here? And they go, no, the mall's closed. They go, how is anyone going to know about
Oh,
this?
the Galleria,
And they
yeah.
go, don't worry about it. There'll be no one there.
Ranji loves malls.
I love malls are great.
Really? Are you being sarcastic?
No, I swear
he
to God, I
loves
love
malls.
going to
What
malls.
is it about a mall you
I
like?
don't have any idea, man. I
I
don't
never heard
know.
anyone say that.
I don't know. One time I'm in a mall and
Not since
My
1984. and you don't even
13-year-old
remember that.
niece loves the mall.
Yeah.
You know,
they're
she
great.
can't drink.
I was in a mall once and I think that the lady who was working in, I don't know, Macy's or something, it was the worst insult I've ever gotten. She
Oh,
goes,
no.
"Are you a mall walker?" Like, what the hell, man?
Well, that's because Ranji looks much older than he actually is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's,
Well, that's
kind
also
Yeah.
kind of mean.
Yeah.
Mean, yeah.
You look good.
We
You're a
all
handsome
agree on
guy.
that.
What are you talking about?
Hey, thank you,
You
Jeff.
definitely don't look like a mall walker.
Thank you, Jeff. Right?
That is brutal.
No, but
Hey.
Kevin looks younger. Ranj looks older. This is not mean. It's the facts. And
You'd be the LeBron James of mall walkers.
That's right.
They'd be like, "Are you a mall walker?" You're like, "Yeah,
hell.
I come dunk on these
That's
oldies
right.
every day.
That's right.
I'm lapping grandma. It's easy."
That's right. See?
But wait,
Grandma
but
over
we
here.
haven't got to. It is weird. That
I
you
don't
like
know why I
malls.
like it.
Yeah.
I can't tell you. I have no idea.
The reason I don't like malls is because I like everything generally, but like when it's all the same stores.
Yeah.
It's always the same.
Yeah.
It's like if you've been to one mall, you've been to every mall in the world.
Yeah.
So that's what I don't like about it. It's too boring.
I get my candles in there.
Yankee candles.
That's right.
Oh.
Oh, the Yankee
Yeah.
candle
that
store.
store makes my eyes water. You walk by it, you're like, ah.
I know. It's like walking by the Abercrombie. They're blasting Fierce, and there's kids doing squats.
That's
and
right,
sit-ups and
Fierce.
stuff, And you go, that smells.
Oh,
that
Fierce.
smells
And
fierce.
if there's no hot topic, is it a mall?
Yes. It's a
Okay.
good mall.
Yeah.
A mall I'd like to
It's
go
like,
to.
it's, yeah, it's a high end mall.
Yeah.
My
Who do you-
mall, I live across the street from a mall, and it's like what was one of these fashion squares, like a real
yeah.
high end.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
Bloomingdale's is the
Everything
worst
looks like
store there.
outdoors. Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't have a hot topic there.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's
then
a
I
good
guess-
mall.
Yeah.
So in comedy, who do you like? Like, who do you?
Yeah. It's,
Do you mean
it's-
that like who are his buddies or who's he like to watch? and
Oh,
listen
you know
to?
what? That's an even better question.
My friends in the
yeah.
business are all guys you wouldn't know, but I'm happy to shout them out. Yeah.
Ouch.
Well, it just means they're like really not very successful. So, I wasn't going, you'd never heard of them. I was saying like, you've never heard of them.
Yeah.
So, but this guy named Willie Simon out of Hawaii, who's one of my best friends. He's brilliant. The guy opening for me is from Queens, named Randy Valerio. Very, very funny guy. He's opening for me. Yeah, those are like the circles I keep are, the normal guys, Brendan Schaub, Brian Callen. That's like the circle that I kick it with.
Did somebody was there somebody you watched that got you into it, or you just like the art of it, or
Also,
whatever
I
you
didn't
want to
think
call
I
it?
wanted to be a stand-up, but I always knew I wanted to be a comedian.
Yeah.
Because I remember like watching like
Mm.
Chris Farley and all those guys and
Yeah.
being like, I'll just do what they do. Like, someone's paying them to do that. They're
Yeah.
like wildly famous. Like, and everybody in school is going, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a veterinarian, whatever. And I go, but I want to just do what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I knew it was a job. I just didn't know how to get it. And then somebody was like, just try stand-up. And I think that's how you get into it. And then I fell in love with stand-up. So I never went to college or anything. I've just been doing stand-up
Since high school?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love it. It's the best job in the world. I work an hour a night drunk, and then everybody's nice to me. Such a cool job.
You ever bomb?
Not often, but it happens.
So when it happens, like, how long does it take to know you're bombing, and how do you react to it?
Well, bombing now at this point in my career is like they're still laughing. They just don't like me. Does that make sense?
I see
Oh my
what you
gosh,
mean.
like
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I'm not
It's
doing.
okay,
I'm
Amy,
not
listen.
doing comedy now.
Amy,
know.
you're the
Yeah,
worst.
It's
yeah.
okay. Amy doesn't like anybody.
I
It's okay, Jeff.
entertained your
I like
terrible Bigfoot joke. I didn't go, oh, good
No,
one.
it wasn't
Good
a
one,
joke.
Amy.
It was a
No, I was nice to
clarification.
you.
It was
Yeah.
a clarification, so our audience didn't think
There was some humor in there.
that was. Thank you.
Yeah, I liked it. I don't know. You're one of those people like if someone tells like a story and you're like, oh, good story, Greg, and you're like, why would you do that?
Every
She
day.
does.
Poor Greg's just trying to tell a
did that
story
to you.
over
Yeah,
there,
he
and
did.
then
Day.
that's a terrible.
She did it to me 2 days ago.
Oh,
Because you're
yeah.
a horrible storyteller.
Yeah, but just to help him out. We're all here talking. It's not easy. Just give the guy. He's your friend, isn't he?
No, not
Well,
anymore.
Yeah,
debatable,
not after
yeah.
that.
No, it's the worst.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who I like. The comics that I really, really love, like Daniel Tosh is brilliant.
Yeah.
Chappelle, the usual suspects for like those bigger names. I heard you guys talk about Robin Williams. I wasn't a big Robin Williams fan. No.
Oh, I'm hurt by that.
Yeah, it
But
was.
then again, I'm a lot older than you. It was a thing.
It was a thing.
Like an age
yeah,
off
yeah.
the cuff.
I just
Yeah,
don't
like
think
it's-
maybe it just doesn't age well.
Maybe not.
Because I watch it and I go, this is what everybody's yammering
Yeah.
about.
This
You know,
may have
'cause
been
he
an
was-
80s thing.
He was off the cuff, right?
Well,
he
most of it,
said he was
just-
off the cuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did say that.
And also, it's actually this is so sad because I do love him, and he's passed away, so
Yeah.
I do want to preface it with that. But he would do a thing where he would go like in the 70s, He was really into cocaine.
Big time.
So it was always like, and everyone's like, this is so great. But then he got clean and he was trying to recreate that energy.
Yeah.
But he's not on coke. So now he just looks like a guy going, and he's trying to be, I'm crazy. And you go, yeah, that's fraudulent. You know, like you can smell fake, you know, and so that's kind of the same thing.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's probably why you ended up doing more movies as he went along, as opposed
Brilliant
to
actor.
Yeah, as opposed to continuing with that. It's hard to repeat. I've heard from, I mean, like you get this in music too, like when you're a young band, especially I'm a metal guy, so the young angry guys. It's hard to be that when you're rich and 50.
Yeah. Now they have kids, they're all sweet.
Yeah.
And they're still trying to get up there with that same rage they had.
Yeah.
Like, I hate mom and dad. It's like, no, you don't.
That's what you're describing. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's what it
Same
is.
thing.
What do you think it is that a lot of comedians end up being really good actors? Like Jim Carrey and Robin Williams was good. I think Bob Odenkirk's really good.
Yeah, a lot of those.
Bill Hader is really good.
Bill Hader's brilliant, yeah.
Like why is that? Is it just
I mean, we are performing every night
Yeah.
for sure. Like it's not like just talking up there. So maybe that's it. I
Like
don't know.
good
I'm a terrible actor. I
dramatic
found that. I
actors.
have a movie
Really?
coming out soon. Yeah, and
You do?
yeah, it's called Stealing Jokes, and it's Mike Young directed it, and Michael Rappaport's in it. Dustin Iber.
He's actually coming to Helium in a couple months.
He's the best, dude. Yeah, he's psycho on the internet, but it's fun to watch him spiral. The guy hates like really lovable people, and then he loves Wendy Williams. You're like, what?
Yeah.
What's going on here? No, but he was great on the movie and very, very fun. Everyone in the movie was really fun, but I just was such a mental case. Like I'm a very confident guy. Like I know who I am, I'm whatever. But then I got on the movie set and I'm like, oh gosh, everyone's gonna find out I'm a fraud, you know. So then half the time I'd be acting, I'd be like, I'm the greatest actor that's ever lived. This stuff's so easy. And then the other half of the time I'm like, I'm terrible. This is above my talent level. I can't do it. So like, I know that I'm going to notice that when I watch the movie. That I'm
Really?
like, oh, this scene, I was terrible in this scene. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how it's received.
When's it coming out, roughly?
A few months from now.
Okay.
Yeah, and I also I don't think acting's for me. Yeah. Like I'm like, and all these TV shows I'm on, like I can do that. Better Late Than Never. I did like Ninja Warrior. I was on Masked Singer. Like all those things, I just get to be myself. And that's really easy. That's not acting though.
Yeah, right.
When they go be a tough guy from Detroit, I was like, this isn't going to work at all. That was my role. I was supposed to be like a tough guy from Detroit. This is a terrible match.
You got a favorite joke that you think is great, and you know it's great, but maybe some people don't, and you don't understand why they don't like it?
Every joke I have that people don't like, I know exactly why they don't like it. Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Here's another thing people need to understand who maybe aren't as like deep into stand-up comedy. We don't mean all the things we're saying.
Right.
It's sometimes it's humor, you know. So it's sometimes it's fun to be a little piggy in the mud. We know we shouldn't be talking about this subject, and we know we should. It's fun to make fun of women because it's so wildly inappropriate.
Yes.
It's you know what I'm saying. Like being racially insensitive is like, ooh, you see what he's doing there? Like that. We're not supposed to do that, and that's why it's fun.
Well,
we had
comedy
that
is like,
conversation about Chappelle, a couple months ago.
comedy is naturally subversive.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're too polite, then you are missing
Like
out.
I think that way about, I really like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And the jokes are not the jokes. The jokes are the fact that they're terrible people.
Sure.
Like that's the joke of the show.
Yeah.
But they'll make these really crude, stupid, sexual
Absurd
innuendos
things,
that
yeah.
are obvious and lame. But the joke is these guys are idiots.
You
And I
ever
don't think
watched
people get that.
Simpsons?
Yeah.
So Simpsons, the whole thing that in the writers' room, the only like universal rule is that every character's dumb. So no one's smart on The Simpsons. Even the scientist is messing everything up. He's just a buffoon.
Yeah.
Lisa is the closest to a smart character in the
Right.
entire show out of all the thousands of characters they've ever made. But at the end of the day, she's still a third grader. So like she still doesn't really get, and that's the rule because being dumb is hilarious and like being ignorant is fun. We shouldn't be ignorant in society, but for comedy, that's what it's
Yes.
supposed to be. And I also think that like not to get too like deep, but like that's the point. Like they say laughter is the best medicine, right? It's medicine. So you're putting on things that are bad. That's why nobody jokes about red balloons. You know, like there's you have like when it comes to tragedy, we need someone to make it light. We need some medicine. Oh, that felt good to laugh. Now let's go back to regular life. That's terrible. You know?
Right.
So it's like it's supposed to be we're supposed to make fun of these things.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of people do get that.
They don't understand.
Well, I think don't you think it's on a spectrum? There's a different degree of what people can handle for various reasons, and that's why in the whole spectrum of comedians,
Yeah.
some appeal to others, more. It resonates.
I think that people nowadays, especially, have gotten really corny. People will go. They don't. So, like, if I say like rape is bad, people just go, "He said rape," and you go, "Yeah, I said it's bad." And they go, "Can you believe he talked about such a terrible thing?" You're like, "Yeah, but I'm saying it's a bad." They miss the whole context. They just hear words and go, "That's like I have all this material like that's like pro-trans, but it's pro-trans." And what's going on over there? You hitting the button?
She's got it's like her
it's a
fidget spinner.
Twitch.
Oh yeah.
Twitch.
I thought when I said that word, the R
She was
word, that she was like
dumping?
dumping
No,
it.
no.
I thought I was. No, but I
we
just-
don't give her that power because
Yeah.
she dump everything.
People can't hear the thing. They just go, "Oh, that's terrible." It's
Yeah.
like, well, we got to talk about these things.
Don't you think it's like that's a minority of people though, right? Don't you think most people get it?
I think most people do get it.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
But those minority of people are very loud,
Yeah, they
and
are.
they're all on the internet. And
Very
yeah.
They're all on
online.
Twitter.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
They
So
are
that
all
makes
on
you
Twitter.
think the world is like that when it's not really like that.
Yeah.
I don't think. Like even
Yeah.
LA, like LA gets like a bad name. People go, "Oh, everyone's so whatever in LA."
Yeah.
But LA's they're like everywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could explain that better if we weren't on air.
We'll do that during the break.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for doing this, man.
Thanks for
Really
having
good to
me,
catch
guys.
up with you.
Yeah.
Enjoy your work, really. Looking forward to trying. I'm going to try to get out there tomorrow night.
That'd be
bring
great.
The wife out and hang out
Oh,
and say
would
hello.
love that. That'll
I
be fun.
love Helium. It's a great venue. Spot to get drinks before and after
I
as
will
well
be very
right there.
flattered if you come
Oh.
because getting radio people to come to my shows is tough. They're like, "Dude, we're in bed by 5 p.m."
That's
Yeah.
That might
right
be
next
her.
to you.
Yeah.
That's her.
Right next to you
She wakes up at 3 a.m.
to
to
run
go.
18 miles.
Yeah.
Really?
I did run 18 miles this morning, so it was an early morning, but I
Yeah.
wasn't in bed at 5.
What's the
6.
over under on her having more than one cat?
None.
Oh, not a cat person.
You don't
Cats
like
are
cats?
evil.
Which
They
is-
would eat you if they were
You
bigger.
even
It
don't
is.
like cats, huh?
It's them. That's the biggest upset
Yeah.
in
I know.
history. She doesn't like
You
cats.
know why?
Holy
'Cause
God!
I'm a good time.
Name one thing you don't have a strong opinion about. Is there anything you're indifferent about?
I think so.
Badminton.
What about Bigfoot?
Oh, pretty indifferent towards Bigfoot.
There you go.
Oh yeah, you like
Yeah.
Bigfoot though,
Big
right?
Yeah.
Bigfoot guy.
I
Yeah.
love the Bigfoot stuff. Although
Yeah.
you get this, the shows are all the same.
I
though.
know. I'm actually trying to make a show right now called Killing Bigfoot.
Get out.
Yeah. Where it's me and 5 comedians. We live in a van for 35 days. And we try to kill Bigfoot.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome if it gets picked up. I'll show you.
Let's see.
That is great.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
Killing Bigfoot. And
Oh, man.
we're a bunch of knuckleheads. We don't know what we're doing, but some people don't even think Bigfoot exists. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah,
Have you heard
kill
from
nothing.
the Bigfoot community? Because there's a big Bigfoot community out
They wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not
Because
gonna
they
be
know
mad at me.
they know it's not going to happen anyway.
I'll kill one.
there. I'll do it.
How
I'm
you-
telling you.
how
That's
you
the
gonna
only
lure-
way anyone's gonna believe it's real.
Well,
Dude, how you gonna attract one?
Well, I'll dress up like a girl Bigfoot.
Like Bugs Bunny did. Yeah.
No, I want to do that. No.
you're pretty
No,
tall.
I got all these different ideas.
Yeah.
Leaving fruit out for it.
Your
Yeah.
big idea is fruit.
I've got better ideas. They're just not as funny as leaving fruit out.
Yeah.
for
That's a
it. Or
great
dressing
idea.
up like a girl Bigfoot.
Like
I've
no
got
other
some
animals
good-
care about
I got
the
some
fruit.
good nerdy ideas that people would be like, "Why is he still on air?"
Dude, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Hey,
It's awesome,
at Jeff Dye on Twitter. You go to St. Louis Helium Comedy to pick up the tickets. 7:30 open tonight, 7:30 and 10:30 tomorrow night. There are tickets available. Hopefully, I'll see you there. Look
Yes.
forward to it, man.
I can't wait.
Have a
Thanks,
good
guys.
one.
Please make fun of Kevin
I will.
when he's
I'm
in the
not gonna
crowd.
say
Thank
anything.
you.
I'm gonna sit in
no,
the
just
back.
make fun of him.
I'll find him.
Yeah, thank you.
See you, dude.
See you guys.
For everything online, it's Odyssey.com. Download the Odyssey app and listen to KMOX for all the news, sports, talk, and podcasts that move you. Odyssey, that's AUDACY.
Hey guys, Glover here for my friends at ThrottleNet. These are the genius IT guys that I've been representing for years and years now. We are number one all the time. Best in customer service from Small Business Monthly. Best in cybersecurity, again, Small Business Monthly. We have an average response time. I love this statistic. The average response time in St. Louis in 2020 by IT companies. You have a problem, you reach out to them, hey, I'm all shut down, help me, was 3 hours. If you got back within 3 hours, you were cool. Ours was 1 minute, 57 seconds, and the guys were very unhappy with that. It takes less than 2 minutes for us to address your problems. Here's a huge thing. We are now offering $500,000 in ransom protection to everyone who uses us. This is part of the deal. You don't pay extra for it. So if you happen to be hit and you have to pay, we're going to pay it up to $500,000. Now, this shows you how confident we are because no one under our protection has ever had to pay. Go to throttlenet.com/DGS.
Hi, this is Ken.
And Laurie Heisey of Heisey Advisory Group. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families work toward their financial goals.
Join us Sundays at 9:30 a.m. for Your Retirement Highway.
Investment advisory services by individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
The eyes of the chess world are on St. Louis, the chess capital of the United States. St. Louis Chess Club proudly hosts the 2022 Sinkfield Cup, September 1st through 12th. Join us for the public opening ceremony on September 1st at the World Fair Pavilion in Forest Park from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Tickets are $25 per person. Learn more and purchase your tickets at grandchesstour.org.
It's easy to think all money managers are pretty much the same, but at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different? How? You sell high commission investment products, right?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission-based investment products.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Nope, never at Fisher. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our client's best interest. It's the highest standard of care for a financial advisor.
How do you know what's in their best interest?
We get to know our clients and then tailor a portfolio based on their goals and needs.
But you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No, we have one transparent management fee structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, you really do look out for your clients.
That's because our top priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. It might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investments and securities involve the risk of loss.
Do your homework. Check us out on the Better Business Bureau and Angie's List. Hi, I'm Chuck Easter with Easter Fence Deck and Renovations. We can stand the scrutiny and encourage it. Don't just look at the ratings, but read the reviews. You'll find that we are who we say we are, a company that is focused on doing what's right every time. We never cheat, and we never cut corners. With Easter, your fence, deck, sunroom, or awning project will be completed with unmatched craftsmanship and at a fair price. Call 314-892-8500 or easterfence.com.
At Diamonds Direct, you know what we do. But let's be honest, there are a lot of places you can buy diamonds and fine jewelry. But it's not just our products and prices that set us apart. It's our passion. At the very core of Diamonds Direct is an overwhelming desire to make this moment in your life truly magical. It's that father with the tears in his eyes picking out diamond earrings for his daughter's sweet 16. It's that pure delight when the young couple finds the perfect ring to start their journey. And it's the feeling of pride the older gentleman feels when he chooses that anniversary band that celebrates a lifetime of love. At Diamonds Direct, it's not about a transaction. It's about a relationship. It's not about making a sale. It's about creating a memory. It's not about the ring. It's about his pride and her joy. This is our purpose, our cause, our mission, our very essence, to help you create your special moment, to be a part of the happiest time in your life. We are humbled and blessed, honored, and privileged to have the opportunity. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
We go where you go. 1120 AM, 98.7 FM, KMOX.com.
All right, so we didn't get a chance to get in too much detail with our guest Jeff Dye in the last couple of segments about his Bigfoot enthusiasm, but we were talking about it a little bit more during the break. And there are a lot of these things, right, that people see a lot. We talked UFOs the other day. It's kind of the same thing. They get lumped together as being ridiculous because obvious reasons. We don't have the direct scientific evidence of the things, but there's stuff that people see and have seen for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, even maybe going further back than that. And he put this during the break, I thought, in a good way, especially when talking about Bigfoot. If Glover's listening, I'm sure he's going to love this part too. But like people that live in the wilderness have been talking about this since the dawn of civilization. Native American tribes, people that lived in the mountains in Nepal. They see the Yeti. I don't know what specifically would be out there, but would you guys say more or less likely that it's something that we don't know about, or a mistake in seeing something like a polar bear or a brown bear and just losing your mind, panicking, and you see something else because of the panic?
Bigfoot specifically.
Sure. Or yeah, in this case that, but yeah.
what's more likely? It's more likely to me that it would be a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that it's more likely there's a Bigfoot or a kind of Bigfoot than there is, like we talked about, aliens visiting the planet.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I don't, you can't rule it out. You can't say, well, that's just absolutely ridiculous, because there are, and just because it's big doesn't mean we would have seen it by now. No, we could have missed it, or there could be thick brush where this thing lives.
Within the last 10 years, we found a species of giant ape that we did not know about, that is alive and in the jungles, and we had not observed them before.
Wasn't the ocean, which I know is a different beast.
I think that's a great point, though.
For me, like, we're going to Mars. Let's go to the bottom of the Mariana Trench. And I think, was it the manatee that was discovered relatively recently, considering how big it is?
By relative, I'm sure. Yeah. It's probably in the last 100 years. It's not like the last 15 or 20.
No.
But you're right. And I think that, I wonder if that's true. We should have a scientist on to figure out what is more difficult, like getting to another planet or getting to the bottom of the ocean.
I was wrong about the manatee.
Yeah. Good
About
thing you
time
looked it
you
up.
admitted it.
Two things are true. Kids are heading back to school, and every 2 seconds, someone needs blood. You know what else is true? You can help. At the KMOX Blood Drive, August 31st, we lost our colleague Brett Bloom 3 years ago. He needed 36 units of blood during his cancer battle. Right now, the Red Cross has an urgent to critical need for all blood types. Come help us honor Brett and help others in need at the KMOX Blood Drive, Wednesday, August 31st. Give at one of 6 locations throughout the region, from O'Fallon, Missouri to Belleville, Illinois. Make your appointment today at redcrossblood.org.
Hey guys, Glover here for my friends at Zero Res. So, Zero Res is having their end of summer sale. It's the best deal of the year. Ask for the Dave Glover KMOX special, and here it is: 20% off all services. Okay. A flat 20%. Don't worry about 100 and this or 70 that. 20% off everything they do. It's the best deal of the year, and it's happening right now. It's not going to get better. Don't wait for the holidays. If you're going to get your carpets cleaned, if you're going to get your upholstery cleaned, if you're going to get your air ducts cleaned, do it now. 20% off everything. They were just out at my house about a month ago to clean the carpets, and they did like that runner up my stairs and down my hallway. They couldn't be nicer. They couldn't be more professional or work harder. That's 314-474-2020, or book online at ZeroResSTL.com, ZeroResSTL.com.
Men, if you're struggling with erectile dysfunction or PE and frustrated taking pills that don't work, Paramount Men's Medical Center offers breakthrough medical treatments that effectively treat your problem. 98% of patients experience immediate results during their first office visit. And for a limited time, your initial consultation and first treatment are completely free. Listen to a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Brown. The physicians at Paramount Men's Medical Center offer the most advanced treatments that eliminate ED and PE. Now men are lasting 30, 60, 90 minutes or longer, regardless of age or medical history.
Guys, to eliminate your frustration in the bedroom, call Paramount Men's Medical Center now to take advantage of this exclusive limited-time offer. Your initial consultation and first treatment are totally free, and you'll see instant results right in the office. Call now. 314-720-8081. 314-720-8081. That's 314-720-8081.
At 12:30, it's partly cloudy and 86 degrees downtown at the Arch.
CBS News special report. As ordered by a judge, the Justice Department has released a heavily redacted affidavit explaining why it searched Donald Trump's estate in Florida.
What we can see in the pieces of this puzzle is they believe there was evidence that still highly classified national defense information remained at Mar-a-Lago in a facility that was not secure.
CBS's Catherine Herridge, 14 of the 15 boxes recovered contain documents with classification markings, including some documents marked as top secret.
They believe that there was highly sensitive national defense information, even classified information at the highest levels that remained at Mar-a-Lago, and it did not have the kind of secure government facility, what they know as a SCIF, to protect these records.
The documents were heavily blacked out to protect agents, witnesses, and classified information. CBS News special report.
And right now on the roads, we've got some debris on 6440 East at Boone's Crossing on the right shoulder. Some construction on 6440 going west at Lake St. Louis around Prospect. We've got a stall 370 west before Truman on the right shoulder. And the AccuWeather forecast, partly sunny and humid this afternoon with the high of 88 degrees, clear and sticky overnight, the low 70. Mix of clouds and sun with humidity tomorrow and a high of 90. Right now, downtown at the Arch, we do have some clouds. It's 86 degrees. All the news you need for your day is on the free Odyssey app. Download it now. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Hi, I'm Mandy Moore. Stand Up to Cancer is closer than ever before to achieving its mission to make every cancer patient into a long-term survivor. To learn more and get Advantage miles, go to standuptocancer.org/American Hero.
Driven by the Bomarito Automotive Group, the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
When it comes to planning your retirement, there's a lot to think about. Portfolio management, tax planning, and retirement income just to get started. Steve All and his team at the All Financial Group focus on those things and more. Their goal is to help you achieve your goals. Call 636-230-8824 or online, yourmoneymattersstl.com. Investment advisory services offered through All Financial Group, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuity products offered through Stephen All, Missouri license 8039738.
At 420id.com, we make it easy to get your Missouri medical marijuana card. Dispensaries are open and inventory is in, so why wait? 420ID is the only company that provides you with a real plastic ID card and have served over 19,000 happy Missouri patients. Open late every day until 9 p.m. If we can't approve you, you pay nothing at 420id.com. Today is the day to sign up for your Missouri medical marijuana card at 420id.com. Use promo code RADIO and save $30 today. That's 420id.com.
Since Busey Bank first opened our doors in 1868, we have built upon a tradition of close relationships and broad financial capabilities. Our experienced team provides the highest level of personalized service to ensure we accomplish your goals, simplifying your wealth management and business lending needs and ensuring a legacy for generations. Building business, growing wealth. Since 1868. Member FDIC.
April 9th, 2001.
Swing and a home run to left. The first major league home run for Albert Pujols.
Now.
It's a goner. Albert Pujols, number 693. Into the bleachers at Wrigley.
The pursuit for 700 continues.
He is absolutely amazing.
KMOX is Cardinals Radio.
The pitch by Ueno. Albert is hit high and deep. A home run for Harrison Bader. Yadier Molina has homered. Double play. It's a big fly for Albert Pujols. And a home run in the first inning for Goldie.
This is the Redbirds Report.
All right, 12:35. We're going to catch up with Mike Claiborne coming up after the top of the hour news. Big weekend coming up for the Cardinals. Big series against the Braves. This will be a step up in competition compared to what you've had here recently. This is the kind of team that you'll see. And I'm going to say it this way. When you get to the playoffs at the end of the regular season, I mean, the Cardinals have a 6-game lead in the division right now. They have a 6-game lead over the Milwaukee Brewers right now because Milwaukee didn't play yesterday. The Cardinals won. So you have a 6-game lead going into the weekend. I don't think they're going to blow a 6-game lead in the final 5 weeks of the season. Not saying it's impossible, just saying that they're trending in the positive direction. They've added a lot of good pieces. Jack Flaherty's getting closer. I think he got one more. And I know we're not counting on him being Jack Flaherty.
Whatever he gives you is a bonus.
But he's apparently got one more rehab assignment start, and then they're thinking about bringing him back. He's looked good so far in terms of velocity and all of that. Of course, the numbers are good because you're facing minor leaguers, but I'm not worried about that so much as the health, the number of pitches and the stuff that you're showing. So you've got the Braves as a big test. You got the Hall of Fame induction weekend this weekend. This should be a pretty happy time at the ballpark.
Well, it'd be pretty extraordinary, I think, to give up this lead. Not that it's insurmountable. 6 games isn't, if the division is more competitive, but it is kind of proven to be not very competitive.
Yeah.
And the trends of the two teams, while there's going to be some ebbs and flows, I think, for both of them, the reality is the Brewers just aren't very good. They're just not. And if they start to go on a tear, like what the Yankees, or not the Yankees, but the Dodgers have won like 41 of their last 50 or something.
It's so
it's just
dumb.
Stupid.
Yeah.
They're not going to do that. They're not good enough to do that. I mean, they've got some good elements on their team, but it would have to be a complete collapse by the Cardinals, and it would have to be the Brewers just starting to play really good baseball in the final month.
And part of the reason I say this,
likelihood
by the way, is I think the Cardinals only have like 3 more series, maybe 4 against winning teams.
Right.
The rest is all losing teams.
Which is dangerous, but they're games they should win.
Yeah.
Because when you play against teams that have nothing to lose, and they're going to have some young guys playing because they're going to have the September call-ups, and you have some guys who are fighting for jobs on these bad teams, that they're going to play really hard. So that's why there's some danger in it. But overall,
still better than playing good teams.
You'd rather have a bunch of games against teams like Pittsburgh than you would games against teams like the Dodgers.
Yeah.
As the Cardinals continue to gain momentum and move toward the playoffs, when you look at Paul DeJong and how he struggled, and then he hit a grand slam thinking, hey, this is going to get him out of his slump, and now he's struggling again. How big of a concern is DeJong?
Well, I guess at the moment he's not at all because the team's winning, right? Like this is something where, when we're talking about a player's performance, like an individual performance.
Yeah.
If he's playing good defense, which he is, and you're winning games, nothing's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
What becomes a problem is what are you going to do in the playoffs? Because if he's hitting like this, you can't put him in the regular lineup in the postseason because you're going to be facing nothing but good pitching. So that I think will get sorted over the next month. But I mean, at this point, I think it's probably a bit much to expect a huge turnaround. I mean, this has basically been going on for 2.5 years. You know, I mean, like this started really the tail end of 2019 for DeJong, and it continued into 2020 and into last year and into this year. So it probably is what he is at this point, which is a player that's better served not being an everyday player.
Right.
But he has some power. He can play a bunch of positions, but I mean, he's a good shortstop. And when you're winning, it doesn't matter. And this kind of brings me to another point, because that's a great question. Because if the Cardinals were struggling right now, if they were, still a couple games out and DeJong was playing as much as he has been,
they'd have to do something about it.
The pitchforks would be out too.
Yeah.
People would be screaming. And there are people that are upset about it. But when you're winning, it just doesn't matter because you're not hurting the team. You're not holding them back.
But
it is going to be, but in the playoffs, it's going to be, I don't see now, if something doesn't change dramatically in 5 weeks, I don't see how you can put him in the lineup in the postseason.
I don't either. The defense is fine, but you need a little bit more than that in the postseason.
Yeah. Like look at what you're seeing this weekend, right? You're going to see Spencer Strider tonight. He's a rookie pitcher who throws almost 100 miles an hour with one. I mean, his statistics are phenomenal. You watch him pitch. I heard John Rooney mention it this morning on TIAM. It's like you watch him pitch and you're like, how does he give up any runs?
Yeah.
Like he's got such ridiculous stuff. You're going to be facing those guys, the guys that are bringing upper 90s heat with, breaking balls and experienced pitchers. I mean, the Dodgers haven't even been healthy this year, and they're an 86-win team already, and they've got pitching coming out their ears. And you're going to have to face you could face Milwaukee in that first series, and there you're going to get Corbin Burns and Brandon Woodruff right out of the gate, and Peralta too. I mean, you're getting 3 good pitchers there. You can't have people that can't hit good pitching. And I'd say that would be a significant problem. No matter how good your defense is in the playoffs, you have to be able to hit good pitching. So, I mean, right now it's not a big deal, but it's something that we got to talk about for the postseason.
It could be. And I do agree with you that it's probably going to sort itself out within a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah.
Once you get to the middle of September, you're going to know what you need to do with him. And it's unfortunate because I am a big Paul DeJong proponent.
Yeah.
I love the guy.
ISU.
And he, same school. Yep. We don't have a whole lot of impressive people leaving Illinois State. You know what I mean? Well, I don't mean it like that.
Just
me
me and
like
Paul
that.
and Dr. Ford.
Well, I think, he did go to Illinois State, Dr. Ford.
Undergrad, yeah.
But yeah, I feel like you don't get a whole lot of big leaguers coming out of ISU. You know what I mean?
Fair,
I don't
yeah,
mean
yeah.
impressive people. I mean, you don't get a lot of big leaguers. You don't get a lot of
NBA players or
people of note.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So to have somebody like him doing well, it's awesome, and I want to see that continue. But they can't allow him to hurt them when it gets down to crunch time, and I don't think they're going to allow it.
All right, you have to pick one. Which is more likely? Goldschmidt wins the Triple Crown or Pujols hits 700?
Probably Goldschmidt with the Triple
I would
Crown.
say Goldschmidt because we don't. One thing we know about his situation, he's going to play every day, and he's when you look at the people he's competing with for like the home run the home run race with like Kyle Schwarber being what now 1 ahead of him, 2 ahead of him now. After is it 2 still after he hit 2 homers yesterday?
Yeah, 35 to his 33.
35, 33.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's nobody there that's an insurmountable beast. The insurmountable beast for Albert might just be playing time.
Okay.
Like, he's not going to play every day. But I mean, again, a month ago we would have never thought it was even a conversation, and now at least it's a conversation.
So here's who he has to worry about. We the home runs, it's Schwarber that he's got to worry about. Austin Riley, he's got to worry about with Atlanta. For RBIs, he's in the lead right now.
Yes.
In the National League.
Yeah.
But Pete Alonso's right there.
Yep.
And that's it.
And they're both in good lineups, so they're going to keep getting opportunities.
Yeah, and Matt Olson's back at 87.
Yeah,
so
like
he's pretty far off.
Yeah.
I can't really
He's
see
out of
him
it.
catching. But Goldschmidt is behind. Let's see. No, that's RBI home runs. Batting average, he leads. Freddie Freeman with the Dodgers is behind him. Jeff McNeil with the Mets and Trey Turner. Those are the names you probably are worrying about.
And it's weird to say that, but with only a month left, as consistent as Goldie's been, I just don't see a dramatic change in his performance. He's been this way for 4.5 months already. There's no reason to think that he won't be just continuing to do what he's doing.
It may not be Triple Crown, but it's probable MVP.
Oh, he's the MVP today.
Yeah.
I mean, unless he slumps bad, he's going to be the guy. Can I be a kind of a butt for a minute?
Oh, well, I mean, you
yeah,
don't
what's the
usually
difference?
ask before you do.
I know, but in this case, I thought I would be.
Okay.
Anybody been bringing up Jeff Albert lately?
Oh, no.
Funny how that works, because you're 4th in Major League Baseball in runs scored.
What if
you're 4th in Major League Baseball in OPS? And the teams in front of you, by the way, are the Yankees, the Dodgers, and the Braves. That's it. And you're 4th, I think, in weighted runs created, which is a more analytical look at it, right? It accounts for your ballpark and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So basically, you're a top 5 offense in baseball. I thought Jeff Albert was horrible. I thought he was ruining the Cardinals.
I don't recall who it was, and I wish I could give this person credit, but it was somebody on Twitter about a week ago who wrote, "Man, Jeff Albert's done a wonderful job with Albert Pujols, hasn't he?" And I thought, that's hysterical. That's really, really funny. The hitting coach thing is nonsense, and I've always thought it's nonsense because there really is only so much a major league hitting coach can do. But, Kevin, you and I have had this conversation before that people tend to think a hitting coach is the same as an offensive coordinator.
Right.
Where he's actually making the offense go, and that's not what a hitting coach does. It's not the same thing. Not even close.
And by the way, I also am not giving him credit for this. My position has always been hitters hit. They either hit or they don't. And Jeff Albert has been presenting the same information in terms of like scouting reports and pregame planning. Same information going to Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt as is going to Paul DeYoung.
Yeah.
And I had a person, and this was a legit question, by the way, not a snotty question, just a legit question. Basically, if the hitting coach doesn't have this kind of influence, like what exactly are they about? And I made the analogy to a teacher. You can be the best teacher in the world and still have students that don't pass. You can be a terrible teacher, and some people in your class are going to get an A. And I think this is the point. Like, you're not always going to have a room full of A students.
Right.
It doesn't mean that the teacher doesn't have an impact. They certainly do, and they certainly can. And the same thing with a hitting coach. But it's not as simple as you do this and you have success. And as a hitter, the differences are very small, right? If you're 1/8 of a second off in your timing, it's an out instead of a hit. If you're 1/8 of an inch off with your barrel compared to where it needs to be, it's an out instead of a hit. You can't just coach that, right? It's happening in such small moments. It's not like you can say, well, if you just did this better. Well, yeah, you got like this, a snap of my fingers. That's how long you have. That's the difference between a hit and an out.
Yep.
So I really just wish people would not worry so much about that. So again, not to credit Jeff Albert, just to say it's interesting how when the offense is good, we're awfully quiet on that. But when the offense is struggling, we got to fire the guy that's not the one taking the at-bats.
Easiest guy to look at, though.
Yeah.
People who shop at Diamonds Direct for diamonds and engagement rings can't believe the prices.
They blew everybody else out of the water.
I saved between $1,500 and $2,000. Came here first, got a really good price, went around everywhere else, and it wasn't really even close.
I looked online. I'd actually shopped a couple of local stores. They could not begin to touch the size, the quality, or the pricing.
Crazy the deal that we got. Couldn't believe I was able to get into a ring like this.
Of all the places that I visited, everybody from mom and pop shops to wholesalers to local franchisees, nobody could compete from a pricing standpoint with Diamonds Direct.
It's because Diamonds Direct is a true direct diamond importer with special access to the world's most exquisite diamonds. No middleman markups and a commitment to beat any price, anywhere, anytime.
Whether it be duty-free in the Caribbean or other countries, Diamonds Direct prices have beaten everything I've looked at.
At least 20% lower than what we had been looking at other stores.
They blew everybody else out of the water.
Get the engagement ring of her dreams at the price you deserve. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion. DiamondsDirect.com.
Guys, I had the Brew Pub Lots of Matzo breakfast pizza last night for dinner because, well, first of all, breakfast for dinner is great. Breakfast pizza for dinner is even better. And next time you're at the grocery store, just go to the freezer aisle where all the pizzas are. And when you look at them, you're going to be able to see the difference when you see, here's the Brew Pub Lots of Matzo pizza, and then here are the other ones. And what you're going to notice right away is that the Brew Pub Lots of Matzo pizza is showing off. It's in the clear wrapper. Yeah, there's a sticker on there to tell you it's Brew Pub, Lots of Matzo pizza, and then what kind it is. But you can see the toppings when you first look at it. You can see the half pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. You can see in the case of the breakfast pizza, the big chunks of sausage, the big chunks of egg. It's not, they're not skimping on anything. And that's why it's now my favorite to load up the freezer with when I'm at the grocery store. Because look, this weekend, I'm going to be sitting around a lot watching baseball games. When I'm, in a week, I'll be watching football games on Saturday and Sundays. And I'm going to have these pizzas in there because it's super easy. They're fantastic. In fact, I'm going to load up on the Hawaiian. That's my favorite one so far. Second favorite, probably the bacon cheeseburger, but they have a lot of varieties, and it's all the same in that you're loading up on the best high-quality ingredients, way better than what I get in other frozen pizzas. Check them out next time you're at the grocery store. It's the Brew Pub Lots of Matzo pizzas.
KMOX Night at the Ballpark returns Wednesday, September 14th as the Cardinals take on the Brewers.
Got into it. It's a goner.
Celebrate Cardinals history in the making. Fans who purchase a special team ticket will receive an exclusive KMOX t-shirt honoring Yadier Molina and Albert Pujols.
Another Albert Pujols big line.
Come join us and celebrate at KMOX Night at the Ballpark, September 14th. Tickets on sale now at cardinals.com/KMOX.
Getting mauled by the bears in the stock market? What about a looming recession? Is it giving you a sinking feeling about your retirement? Well, working with an Edelman Financial Engines wealth planner can give you confidence no matter what the markets are up to. Right now, when you call 833-PLAN-EFE or visit EdelmanFinancialEngines.com, you'll get a complimentary retirement review and financial plan. With all that's happening in the markets and the economy, the offer comes at a perfect time. Your experienced Edelman Financial Engines wealth planner will suggest a portfolio using our investment management approach that's based on Nobel Prize-winning research. Don't miss out. Call 833-PLAN-EFE by Tuesday, 10 p.m. for this complimentary offer. That's 833-PLAN-EFE or visit EdelmanFinancialEngines.com. That's EdelmanFinancialEngines.com.
McKnight Place Assisted Living and Memory Care. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years. Features luxury accommodations and exceptional service. At McKnight Place, residents enjoy spacious apartments, walking paths through lush gardens, fine dining, engaging activities, and more. As a trusted expert in senior living, they are there for you and your family. Questions? Concerns? Call McKnight Place at 314-993-3333 or visit McKnightPlace.com.
Hey guys, Glover here with my friends Mark and Neil Gelman from thegelmanteam.com. If you need to sell your home to buy a new one, it's never been more important to have an experienced negotiator that you can trust. You need my friends Mark and Neil Gelman on your side fighting for every last dollar. Go to thegelmanteam.com.
Mission St. Louis is celebrating 15 years of empowering individuals to break the cycle of poverty. To learn more on how you can make a difference, go to missionstl.org/KMOX.
Hi, this is Ken.
And Laurie Heisey of Heisey Advisory Group. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families work toward their financial goals.
Join us Sundays at 9:30 a.m. for Your Retirement Highway.
Investment advisory services by individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
We're all on this planet together, so join Odyssey and find your one thing. Summer items like garden hoses, pool toys, and lawn chairs are not recyclable and best donated to charity. Join Odyssey, and together each of us doing one thing makes a greener tomorrow. What's your one thing?
The show, sponsored by Straight Realty, your St. Louis area experts. Why pay more than 4? 314-441-4444.
Who is this guy?
Kevin Wheeler.
With exaggerated mouth and tongue movements.
On the show.
Right, back in on the show. Mike Claiborne's going to join us after the top of the hour, a little bit more on the weekend. And the weekend is not just the baseball games. It'll be the Hall of Fame induction this weekend with Julian Javier and Matt Holliday going in. I just wanted to say this is not going to be a baseball conversation, but that's the kind of crap that makes me feel old. Like Matt Holliday going into the Cardinals Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Like Scott Rowland going in, the last couple of years. Like, I hate this so much. Like when I see these guys, even the guys that are like, going into the Hall of Fame, like real Halls of Fame, like, no, I don't mean real, but like the Major League Baseball. I'm like, great. That guy, I remember when that guy was 18 and I was almost the same age as that guy. And now I feel old.
How old is Matt Holliday?
Way younger than me. He's probably 40.
You know what? It's not Matt Holliday going into the Cardinals Hall of Fame that makes me feel old. It's Matt Holliday's son getting drafted.
The first pick in the draft.
Getting drafted first overall that makes me feel old.
He's 42, by the way. Matt's 42.
Delino DeShields Jr. when he's playing baseball.
Yeah.
Fernando Tatis Jr. playing baseball. That's when I feel old.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I'll tell you what made me feel really old the other day.
This
was a cool. Sorry, this is on the same thing, but it's a cool thing that for the Phillies the other night, two St. Louis kids were on the team at the same time. One kid is named Matt Vierling, and he went to Notre Dame, but he was a part of the program that I coach in. So from the time he's 14 all the way up until now he's a big leaguer. And then his former teammate on the same summer team that I coach with, a kid named Michael Plasmeyer, who went to Mizzou. They played in the same major league game at the same time. Two kids that played summer ball together when they were teenagers.
Oh God, yeah, that'll do it
that
for me.
That makes me feel really old.
The first time it happened for me when I was like, okay, that's it. There's no going back now. Is when Andy Green was hired as the Padres manager, and he was 3.5 months younger than me. That's when I knew, like, oh, damn it. That's it. My life's over.
Yeah. I've had a few of those over the years.
Like, that's that manager age. That was it for me.
Yeah. I've had a few of these over the years. Like over time, it's kind of gradually hit me. Like my sister was born when I was 18, right? So I had a baby sister when I was just about to graduate from high school. And every one of her milestones, like, holy crap, I can't believe she graduated high school. Holy crap, she's getting married. Holy crap, she has a baby now. And I'm doing that now with my kid. My kid is 25. And like, that's the thing that probably makes me feel older than anything is like, oh.
Yeah. I've made a promise to myself to never say to another human being, I remember you as a baby.
You will do it, though.
I will never, ever do it.
I don't think I've done that, but I'm sure I will.
I just remember.
I remember you when you were this big.
I just remember when I was younger.
Knee high on a grasshopper.
How old 40 was.
Yeah.
Like I just remember that. So for me, it's really bizarre to think that's me. I mean, I'm turning 40 next summer. But I remember my dad's 40th birthday. Like we talked about it, the black balloons and the RIP headstones because you're over the hill. That was weird. And last night there was, I don't know, it was on TikTok or Reels on Instagram. This commercial that was pretty inappropriate. It was an international commercial, something from, I think maybe China, but it was an inappropriate commercial. And I thought, oh my gosh, how can they play this commercial? And my friend who saw it said, yeah, I mean, I guess that was okay 20 years ago over there. And I'm like, that's 2002. Like 20 years ago isn't that long ago, 2002. And that shocked us. The commercial itself was shocking. I don't know. It was just super inappropriate. If you see advertisements,
in what way?
It was insensitive, like culturally insensitive.
Okay,
yeah. And again, it was from, I think it was, there wasn't a lot of talking. So it was like hard to tell, but I don't know. It was just a bizarre commercial.
It is funny looking back and seeing like what was okay and not even a big deal. Like I'm watching a thing called The Dark Side of Comedy. You can see it on like Hulu and YouTube. It's Vice TV, but it's just a short documentary. It's like 45 minutes. And the first one was Chris Farley's life and, you know, all the problems that he had. But even there, you're like, wow, a lot of the stuff they did, you're probably not going to do now. Like basically all the fat jokes they did at his expense on Saturday Night Live.
People have said it about The Office, which was, when did that end? 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Is it that old?
Oh, yeah, easy.
But they were saying you could not make The Office today.
Oh, yeah, you could. Yeah, you could.
I think
but
so.
Even
yeah,
like Michael Scott.
But it would be a little different.
Steve Carell said you couldn't.
It would be a little different.
I think he's wrong. I think he's wrong. I think you could. I think people overstate. Oh, you can't do this today. I think there's still a lot of things.
Yeah,
you
it
can
went
get
off
away
the air
with.
in 2013.
Did it really?
That was pretty darn close.
2005 to 2013.
Wow. That's old.
Maybe I'll watch it someday.
Yeah, and the second episode of that Darker Side of Comedy was Andrew Dice Clay, and holy moly, how did that thing go so mainstream? Because he was huge, and it was terrible.
Amy, I think you'd really like Andrew Dice Clay. You should give him a try. Hickory Dickory Dock.
Mike Claiborne joins us when we come back.
I remember being a little kid growing up on a farm. We did not have air conditioning, but what we would do for cooling is we would open our windows if we were in the house, but mostly we tried to stay outside of the house and just play around after we got done farming, just run around. And the best thing that ever happened to us was water sprinklers. So we'd run through water sprinklers for, I would say, not to exaggerate, 15 hours a day when it was this hot. Or what we would do when a storm would come, when it would rain, and we lived on a really big hill, and we would just slide down this hill for hours. But if you're like me now, and you say that crap won't work and your air conditioner is broke, call me. I understand. It's Bart Inman, one easy number, Missouri and Illinois, 314-293-2600. That's Bart Inman, Missouri and Illinois, 314-293-2600, or Bart Inman, that's Bart with a B, Inman with an I.com.
If you own a house in St. Louis and you want to sell it as is, without any inspections or the need to make any repairs, call Chris Buys Homes St. Louis at 314-328-8000 or at chrisbuyshomes.louis.com and get your cash offer without any obligations, commissions, banks, or headaches. Chris buys vacant houses, inherited houses, fixer-uppers, beautiful houses, even the tenant won't pay the rent apartment. Google Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis. That's Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis, and check out the best reviews from satisfied customers. When you sell to Chris, you decide when you want to move, according to your schedule and your terms. Go to chrisbuyshomesinstlouis.com. Google Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis or call 314-328-8000. That's 314-328-8000. Call Chris and get the offer you've been waiting for. Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis.com. That's Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis.com or call 314-328-8000.
KMOX, KEZK HD2, K254CR, St. Louis.
The home of the Cardinals, KMOX. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
It's easy to think all money managers are pretty much the same, but at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different? How? You sell high commission investment products, right?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission-based investment products.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Nope, never at Fisher. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our client's best interest. It's the highest standard of care for a financial advisor.
How do you know what's in their best interest?
We get to know our clients and then tailor a portfolio based on their goals and needs.
But you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No, we have one transparent management fee structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, you really do look out for your clients.
That's because our top priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. It might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investments and securities involve the risk of loss.
Mid-America's most trusted source for news. KMOX.
At 1 o'clock, we've got clouds and 87 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, and our top story this hour.
CBS News special report, more than 30 pages, but most of it black ink. A quick line on the affidavit just released by the Justice Department. The affidavit that was used to get a warrant to search ex-President Donald Trump's Florida estate. And going through the legible parts of the Justice Department arguments in that long document right now near Mar-a-Lago, CBS News correspondent Robert Costa.
In the second page of this affidavit, that they believe there's probable cause of the crime of obstruction being committed, and they have evidence of that to also go in and went into Mar-a-Lago. So this is a serious case. The affidavit underscores it, but we're still trying to find out more about the specifics, which have been heavily redacted.
Still,
there is a good deal of information here, and it looks like a lot of what we're seeing in this case is the negotiations, is the National Archives saying to the former president, we really need this information.
CBS News legal analyst Jessica Levinson. CBS News special report. I'm Tom Foti.
Inflation is front and center at a closely watched meeting in the American West.
Speaking at a financial conference in Wyoming, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell warned that taming inflation won't come without a cost.
While higher interest rates, slower growth, and softer labor market conditions will bring down inflation, they will also bring some pain to households and businesses. These are the unfortunate costs of reducing inflation.
Powell said the Fed will probably raise interest rates again in the not-too-distant future. Jim Krasula, CBS News.
KMOX's Kevin Killeen with an update on two former St. Louis elected officials in federal court today.
Former St. Louis Board of Aldermen President Louis Reed stood before the judge, a humbled man, and admitted taking some $10,000 in bribes to help a businessman get city approval for tax abatements for a gas station. Reed, along with his two co-defendants, John Collins Muhammad and also former Alderman Jeffrey Boyd, all three pleading guilty this week. They could get 3 to 4 years each when they are sentenced in December.
A new poll shows some lopsided numbers in Missouri's U.S. Senate race.
Republican Eric Schmidt has a double-digit lead over Democrat Trudy Busch Valentine, according to a new SLU YouGov poll. The attorney general leading the heiress 49% to 38%. Independent John Wood dropped out of the race, but this poll shows he would have taken away more votes from Valentine than Schmidt. Valentine would hold a slight lead on Schmidt if only St. Louis and Kansas City were voting. Schmidt holds double-digit leads in the rural areas. More women say they'll vote for Schmidt. About 8% of those polled say they're still not sure who they'll back. Debbie Monterey, KMOX News.
It was 1 year ago that 13 American service members, including Marine Corps Lance Corporal Jared Schmitz, lost their lives at a Kabul airport in a terrorist attack. CBS's Cammie McCormick.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken called them American heroes who were engaged in a mission to undertake an unprecedented airlift. 11 Marines, 1 soldier, and a sailor died that day, along with 170 Afghan civilians at Kabul Airport's Abbey Gate. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said today he hopes every American will pause in remembrance of the service of their fellow Americans.
The First Mid Bank and Trust Business Desk, a vaccine patent lawsuit.
Moderna is suing Pfizer and BioNTech, accusing them of copying its technology in developing their COVID-19 shot. The patent dates to at least 2010. Moderna is seeking damages, but is not seeking to have the Pfizer vaccine taken off the market. Larry Kofsky, Bloomberg Radio.
The Dow from Stifel's now down over 2%, 715 points to 32,576. And we've got a crash on 55 South at Route M on the right shoulder. Debris 6440 East past Chesterfield Airport Road. The right lane is closed. Some debris on 70 West before Bermuda. The 2 left lanes closed.
Partly sunny skies with us this afternoon, and our temperatures are on the warm side, but nothing extreme. 88 for the high. Humidity levels are still okay. Tonight, clear skies, mainly in the 80s for evening plans. 65 for the low. The weekend, Saturday, partly sunny, 88. It's quiet Saturday night. Sunday, a mix of clouds and sunshine, a bit of a changeable sky, and expect a couple of showers and thunder showers around, especially Sunday afternoon with a high of 88. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray for the Voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Partly cloudy sky, 85 in Florissant, 86 in St. Peters, 87 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
The show, sponsored by Straight Realty, your St. Louis area experts. Why pay more than 4? 314-441-4444.
.105 on the show. Chris Ranji, Amy Marks, Scores, Kevin Wheeler, joined by Mike Claiborne for our weekly visit. Hello, Claves. How you doing?
I am doing well. How about you all?
Good, man. Having a good time, getting ready for a big weekend at the ballpark. Big weekend in a lot of ways, right? I mean, not only do we have the Braves in town and a really good test for the Cardinals because they don't have that many series the rest of the way against playoff caliber teams, winning teams. So this will be a good test. It's also Hall of Fame induction weekend for the Cardinals Hall of Fame. And on that note, you guys have a couple of special guests tonight for the Live at Lowe's on the postgame show.
We do. We have John Tudor, part of the 80s teams, and also Chris Carpenter, who was a world champion with the Cardinals as well. So I'm looking forward to those two. And, of course, Ricky Horton being a pitcher, is pitcher's night on the show. So three guys who probably have some interesting opinions about when they played and how the game is played today. So I'm looking forward to it tonight.
So what are you looking forward to over the weekend? I mean, you're going to get to sit down with John Tudor, so that's already great. But to also watch Matt Holliday get inducted, somebody who was pretty important here. And, it seems like he was here forever, but the career is a little shorter than you would think, or at least his Cardinals tenure was, it felt like 20 years to me that he was a Cardinal, but it really wasn't like that.
Yeah, that's a good point. It seemed like he was here for a long time, but he spent more time in Colorado than he did here. But his impact while he was here is something you can't overlook. And, when you think about guys who sign long-term contracts, I think it was one of the best signings the Cardinals have ever made, considering what they got out of him and the length of his contract. So, well-deserved, much deserved him being a Cardinal Hall of Famer, and also a Hall of Famer from a personal standpoint. He was just a good person.
What's amazing, we were joking a little bit ago, Claves, right before we went to you, that like the idea of Matt Holliday going into a Hall of Fame makes me feel old. And then Ranj made a good point. He's like, actually, it was his son being the first pick that makes you feel old. But it's amazing how quickly that time has passed, because it feels like it was just the other day that, Matt Holliday was the piece that Tony La Russa was pounding the table for how many years? 2 years, 3 years, trying to get him in there in the lineup with Albert and those guys?
Yeah, it does seem old. It makes it seem old, but I'm really old because I remember Javier playing.
That's right. Julio and Javier going in this weekend, too.
And he was a really good player. Probably the best second baseman I've seen go out to the short right field with his back to the infield and make that over-the-shoulder catch. Very hard to get on the double play. And, back in those days, you could be a middle linebacker going in to take out the second baseman on a double play ball, and guys would really try and hurt you. And they never could get him. They call him the Ghost. That was his nickname, the Ghost, because, around second base, you could never get a piece of him on a double play ball.
I'm looking at KMOX.com right now, Claves, and there's a story about you that you said Albert's going to reach 700. And it says, I don't want him to make a liar out of me. Now, you're sticking with this. He's going to hit the 7. All right.
I'm very comfortable with it.
Yeah.
I think what you're going to see, and Ali lamented the fact yesterday that he didn't get Albert in the game in the ninth inning. He would have been the fourth hitter in that inning. But with that said, he's going to see some left-handers. I think we all know that.
Yep.
But I also think that they're going to find good matchups for him against other right-handers that maybe he's had previous success with, or maybe some of these young right-handers that are going to be called up, or guys that are on bad teams that may serve one up. It's my hope, though, that these teams still want to pitch to him. Sometimes they'll pitch around him, or we saw a situation in Chicago where they had a regular player pitching, and he just hit him. He didn't want to pitch
That's right.
anymore.
That's right.
So you're going to see that. But I think overall, I really like his chances to do it.
I really hope that none of these teams that are out of it pitch around him. I get it if the Braves do it in a spot, or Milwaukee when you get it later, but there's no reason for the Reds or the Cubs to be doing that.
No, not at all. And, it's kind of reminiscent of when Mark McGwire was going after the home run record, and I think Tony La Russa kind of made it clear that he expects everybody to turn in a professional effort when it comes to facing McGwire. And I would hope the same thing would apply here for Pujols. It's not the same. He was going after a single season record. This would just be another nice crown to his another jewel to his crown of accomplishments for Albert as far as 700 is concerned.
So we know your thoughts on Albert's chances of hitting 700. How do you feel about Goldschmidt winning the Triple Crown?
Boy, it really didn't hit me until the day before yesterday. Or not, it was the day before he took the day off. And I started looking at the numbers. I'm like, he's got a chance. Although, you have 6 weeks left in the season, a lot of things can happen. but we haven't seen him go into a cold streak. You know, he's always found a way to
Yeah.
muscle out a hit or draw a walk and get on base and things of that nature. So is it evident that that's going to take place? I don't know, because we just seen him be so consistent. I think the hardest thing will be the home runs.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'll be the hardest thing
You know-
because again, the one advantage he has, he's going to face some bad pitching.
Yeah.
That's going to be to his plus. But you know, on the other side of that coin, and Kevin, you know this, and Chris, when you start trying to hit home runs, that's when you get yourself in trouble.
Most guys,
And I think he's such a disciplined hitter. I don't really think that's going to have as much of an impact, but I do think hitting the home runs will be the biggest challenge.
Here's the crazy thing, and I'm going to go a little deeper on the Goldie thing, but this is by far his best season. If he continues at anywhere near this pace, even with some decline, this will be his best season as a major leaguer at the age of 34. He is, Claves, I think, getting to the place where a couple more years, not even like this, just a couple, 2-3 more good years, he's a candidate for Cooperstown. For his career, he is 46% better than the league average. And when you're comparing people in that category, you're talking about Hall of Famers. I mean, that's Mickey Mantle type numbers.
Yeah, you know, I think the thing we have to be careful of here is he a Hall of Famer? Yes. Or can he be a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
Yes. Is he a first ballot Hall of Famer? I think that's where it can get a little murky with regard to, we know he's going to get in, but when will it be? Because they've always made being a first ballot guy the unequivocally, undoubtedly a guy that certainly deserves to be in. And, you know, it just depends a lot on who else is eligible at that time as well. But I think, as you said, you give him a couple more years of numbers similar to this, and I think he's in. Because the rest of his body of work since he's been in the game has been exemplary. So I think he's a guy that certainly will warrant a lot of consideration.
Claves, going back to this season, we were talking here not too long ago about how this just has the feel like it's kind of over. At least the division is, because of the place Milwaukee is in and how much difficulty they're having. I can't really see a rebound. I can't really see the Cardinals just falling apart in the final month here. Does it feel that way to you?
No, I still think there's work to be done, man. I mean, we're too far out, and I'll tell you why. I've seen the Cardinals walk teams home, okay? I've seen the Cardinals catch teams at the beginning of September, and all of a sudden that team is out and the Cardinals are in. I think I've got to give it at least another 2 weeks. But if you get to 8-9 games within the next couple of weeks, I think it'll be pretty much over at that point. Because Milwaukee doesn't show me anything. Offensively, you say, well, you know, how are they going to score?
Yeah.
They don't have that sort of offense where they can just turn it on one night and just bash people into submission. Their pitching has been good, but their bullpen has certainly become shaky. So I just don't see enough pluses for them to actually make this a run that they can endure. But still, with that said, you know, the Cardinals still have to go out and play baseball too. And they haven't shown any reason why they won't. But you just have to make sure that you have all your ducks in a row. So give me another, let's say 10 days, and I'll have a better comfort level about it.
I think you just backed me up is what I think. I think you just proved exactly what I was trying to say. Thanks, Claves.
Hey,
You're quite welcome.
And maybe someone else has pointed this out, but I saw this from Ben Fredrickson of the Post-Dispatch. He said that Wainwright had a great observation recently where he said that Wainwright has been telling the young guys Goldschmidt is having a season like Pujols had for over a decade, just to help the young guys understand how remarkable both things are.
Yeah, you know what? He's right. Albert put together, I think, 5 or 6 years like this. And, you know, you have to think way back when. But, you know, Albert, this was kind of like par for the course for him. And you know what? The great thing about this team is Albert, Goldie, Arenado, Waino, guys like that have been so giving to these young players and reminding them, hey, pay attention to this guy because you may not ever see another guy like that. I was having this conversation with Dylan Carlson last night about you better watch what you're seeing and pay close attention to it because you may not ever see a guy like Albert. You may not ever play again with a guy like Goldschmidt or Arenado, or you may not be in center field watching a guy like Wayno work. These things are so rare and so unique that you better stop, take a deep breath, and take the mental photograph of it, because it's not guaranteed.
You know, during his time with the Cardinals, his first run with the Cardinals, so 01 through 11, Albert average season was 328, 40 home runs, and 121 runs batted in with 1,000 OPS. So basically,
Average.
Claves, every year was what Goldie's doing now.
Yeah.
Every year.
I mean, I always thought that was the best baseball I've ever seen.
Wow.
From one player.
Yeah.
I wasn't really old enough to watch Stan Musial. So Albert has been like that gold standard for me. And, you know, when you go back and you think about it, it's like you stop what you were doing and you just watched, because you knew something epic could take place. And it's happening again. You know, when we were in Wrigley Field, everybody stopped what they were doing, even the Cub fans, to see what Albert was going to do. And when he hit that neck-high fastball that I don't think most people could have fouled off, let alone hit into the seats, that just, once again, just echoed the greatness that we've been witnessing for so many years.
Well, Mike, it is Fun Police Friday here on the show. And so we are going to ask you, I think we already know the answer, but we need to hear it from you. What are you doing this weekend? And we can decide whether or not it's okay for you to do those things.
Well, I'm going to be a lot at the ballpark this week. Obviously, we have a game tonight. We have our show at the Bullock, the second level of the Lowe's Hotel, right across the street from the ballpark. Tomorrow, I will come down early and check out the Hall of Fame festivities. That's going to be a lot of fun. And tomorrow morning, my significant and I are going to play golf.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm
with
gonna
all
do
right,
that.
that's good to know. All right.
So I'm going to do that, and we have a game tomorrow night.
Yep.
Sunday, I haven't gotten that far.
Okay.
But I know I'll be at the ballpark Sunday evening because
All right.
we have a game there.
Mr. Claiborne, you're free to go.
Yeah.
You can go.
That is
That's
fun.
perfectly
That's
fine.
Comforting words.
Yep.
Free to go.
Yep. You're free to go.
All right, man. Looking forward to tonight. Obviously, the ball game between the Cardinals and the Braves. That'll be here on KMOX. As always, Spencer Strider for the Braves. Jose Quintana making the start for the Cards. 6:20 for the pregame, 7:15 first pitch. And then, as you mentioned, live at Lowe's tonight on the postgame show. That's the Bullock, which is the outdoor lounge and bar and restaurant area that's right across the street at Ballpark Village. It'll be Claves. It'll be Ricky Horton, Chris Carpenter, and John Tudor. That sounds like a hell of a lot of fun, man. Enjoy it, and we will talk to you here on the show next week, buddy.
All right, gang. You guys have a great week. John Rooney will be with us as well.
Oh, Rooney.
So
John's going to be there.
have a good
Cool,
time
cool. Man, that's a hell of a show right there.
That is a
I'm just
great
going to
show.
sit back and listen to those guys talk.
I'm going to do that, too, except it's going to be on the radio.
All right. You guys have a great weekend.
You got it. Thanks, Claves.
Take
We
care.
appreciate you. That'll be a fun night tonight. Again, the live at Lowe's on Friday nights after Cardinals home games. That'll be coming up as a part of the post-game show tonight right here on KMOX. And again, 7:15 for the first pitch. All right, so what we're going to do is, are we doing the Fun Police after the news?
Well, it's all
Anytime.
show. I mean, anytime
All
you
right.
want to tell us
So
what
let's
you've
start
got
getting
going
some
on.
submissions.
314-436-7900. Give us your weekend plans.
What are you doing?
And the Fun Police will tell you if it's okay or if you're being detained.
Are we going to police each other as well? I think we should start with that next.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
For everything online, it's Odyssey.com. Download the Odyssey app and listen to The Dave Glover Show and all the news, talk, sports, and podcasts that move you. Odyssey, that's AUDACY.
The Wall Street Journal reported that home equity is at record levels. And while home values continue to soar, rising interest rates make it harder than ever to unlock equity. But what if you could cash out your home's equity right now while it's still sky high and not have to move? You can with Truehold.com. Truehold will buy your home for full cash value. Best of all, you get to bank all the cash now and continue living in your home. And Truehold covers all property taxes, insurance, repairs, and maintenance too. Let's review. Truehold pays your home's full value in cash fast. Use your cash to do everything you've dreamed of, like travel or pay off debt. Call 855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com for the smarter, faster way to cash out your home's full value without having to move.
1-855-300-9993. 1-855-300-9993, or go to Truehold.com.
Tom Ackerman sees clearly thanks to Doctors Birdie and Mahaltra. You can too. Go to yourEyeDoc.com today or call 314-966-5000.
Hi, Mark Goldstein here for Edwards Carpet. Times are tough, we're making less, and you're still paying more. So if you need new flooring, now is the time. Take advantage of our Labor Day sale. Carpet starting at $349, completely installed with pad, including take-up of old carpet and furniture moving. For this sale, everything's on sale. You can take advantage of our 12-month 0% financing, and if that's not enough, you'll pay no tax. Don't miss out, because these days, if you wait, you'll simply pay more. See you soon at Edwards Carpet.
Come on down to Edwards Carpet Stores.
Attention veterans, if you were stationed at Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987, you and your family may be victims of toxic water poisoning. Cancers, birth defects, deadly illnesses have all been linked to the contaminated water. Congress is now holding the government accountable. You could be awarded financial compensation for your suffering, but you must act now. Get your free case review. Call True Law at 877-560-8555, 877-560-8555, or visit sickvets.com. That's sickvets.com.
At Neovitin, our goal is to create safe, dependable multivitamins to support your everyday nutrition when you need it most. That's why Dr. Ribicki formulated Neovitin Original Formula Multivitamin with 20 daily ingredients, including B vitamins for energy support, vitamin C for immune support, and our 4-ingredient proprietary blend that you won't find in any other multivitamin. With a 4.8 out of 5-star rating on Trustpilot, you can be sure you are getting the highest quality nutritional support with Neovitin. And as always, a portion of the proceeds from the sale of Neovitin Original Formula Multivitamin are donated to the Ribicki Foundation to support pancreatic cancer research. That's nutritional support you can feel good about. Support your best life today with Neovitin Original Formula Multivitamin, available at your local Dierbergs, Schnucks, select independent pharmacies, and online with our easy-to-use monthly subscription at neovitin.com. That's neovitin.com. Neovitin.com.
Getting mauled by the bears in the stock market? What about a looming recession? Is it giving you a sinking feeling about your retirement? Well, working with an Edelman Financial Engines wealth planner can give you confidence no matter what the markets are up to. Right now, when you call 833-PLAN-EFE or visit EdelmanFinancialEngines.com, you'll get a complimentary retirement review and financial plan. With all that's happening in the markets and the economy, the offer comes at a perfect time. Your experienced Edelman Financial Engines wealth planner will suggest a portfolio using our investment management approach that's based on Nobel Prize-winning research. Don't miss out. Call 833-PLAN-EFE by Tuesday, 10 p.m. for this complimentary offer. That's 833-PLAN-EFE, or visit EdelmanFinancialEngines.com. That's EdelmanFinancialEngines.com.
The voice of St. Louis. News that matters to you. KMOX.
It's Fun Police Friday. Friday on the show.
All right, time for the Fun Police to judge your weekend in advance. We are the Fun Police.
What is
dorky.
what?
It is,
But
it's perfectly
It is
dorky.
So dorky.
Stupidly dorky.
Is it a good, like, I'm trying to decide if it's a good thing that Amy thinks it's dorky, or is it a really
I
bad
can-
thing if
It's
she thinks it's dorky?
It's a special level of dork if I think it's dorky.
I can
That's
never.
why I was asking.
I can never tell
Yeah,
with
it's
her.
hard to tell.
Every now and then she hits a home run with a line.
That's a good point.
Every now and
Yeah,
then.
it's a good point.
It's like the dude who swings as hard as possible every time.
Yeah.
Strikes out 300
Remember,
times, but then every now and then hits one over the roof of the next building.
Remember the movie Signs?
Yes.
The brother Merrill.
Merrill,
had
yeah.
the strikeout record in minor
Swing
league
away,
baseball.
Merrill.
Swing away, Merrill. That's
Amy.
and his line. Remember the line? It just felt wrong not to swing.
Yep.
I think
That's
the
right.
saddest part about you guys being wrong all the time is that you don't know it. You know what I mean? That's sad.
Yeah. See,
Yeah, at least you've come to grips with. I'm bored.
that was good. Oh, perfect. That was good comedy by her just now.
Hey,
Yes.
thanks, Ron. I really appreciate that.
All right. So what are you doing this weekend? What's your
Amy's gonna win our competition.
I
I
am
think.
leaving for Florida.
Yeah, you
I'm
win.
Headed to Jupiter, Florida tomorrow
well,
morning.
let's start from the top here. Why are you going there?
Well,
And where are you going?
Jupiter, Florida.
Jupiter, Florida.
Nice.
Yes, so Palm Beach County.
Okay.
You're staying
Why?
in Abacoa,
I have-
right? That's
I
a
have-
great spot.
I have some papers to pick up at Mar-a-Lago that I may have left there. So while we're in Palm Beach County, I gotta
Oh.
swing by.
Hey, this is not Fun Police FBI. This is Fun Police
Yeah.
Friday.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. You said police. I got nervous. No, I'm going with my sister and brother and my
Okay.
brother's fiance and my sister's boyfriend will be joining us there.
Okay.
So that makes me
Is the fifth wheel?
the fifth wheel.
What vehicle has a fifth wheel?
That's exactly right, Kevin. That's the point.
A Jeep with the
Yeah, you're
extra
the
tire on the back?
Spare tire on the back.
That's you. You're the spare tire.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
But at least on the Jeep, it's a full-size tire.
It
It's
is a
not one of those
full-size
little
tire.
Weird ones that
Yeah.
are in the trunk.
But I'd prefer if you were in the
Yeah.
trunk, you
We'll
know?
be on the beach. We're going to spend
Nice.
some time at the Breakers, the
All right.
famous hotel.
All right.
Okay.
You got to go to Leftovers to get lunch one day.
Leftovers. And I think we're pretty close to, I've never been here, but the Bush Wildlife
Yep, I went there. It's really
Preserves.
cool.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Preserve.
Really cool.
preserves.
Big spring training, like because where we stayed was not
Mhm.
far from there, and it's a really
Yep.
cool. It's definitely worth doing it.
Are they still playing baseball down there?
Yeah, the minor leagues.
Yeah, they
will
got
be
minor
wrapping
league
up. Yeah,
teams.
they'll
Said
be
you can
wrapping up their season, so
swing
you
by
can
a
see the
game
Palm Beach
Okay.
Cardinals.
For $2, they
All
said.
Right. Good luck with
Wow.
that.
All right, one
$1.
final question before we let you go. Are you COVID positive?
No.
Good.
Okay.
What are you doing this weekend, Ranch?
Well, first of all, we're letting Amy go.
Yeah, Amy's good.
All right.
Thanks.
You're free to go.
Yeah.
Thank you very
You
much.
are free to go. My weekend plans, I haven't decided yet. I really don't know. I really don't know.
Boo. Amy, grab the cuffs.
Yeah, I really don't know where I don't know. I don't know what to do. I have a
lose.
weekend. I have nothing to do.
Oh, horrible.
I have nobody to hang out with.
This is like not
I'm going
having
for the
your,
taser.
He doesn't have his license and registration.
I'm getting, yes.
Ranji,
I do not have my license or registration.
You are
you
not
are
free to
getting a
go.
ticket.
But I
Yeah.
might.
We're
I'm-
not going to arrest you, but you're getting a ticket.
So I'm being detained.
You're
Yes.
being detained. I'll tell you what's going on in my weekend, and we got a lot of submissions. Send yours 314-436-7900 here on the show.
The Dave Glover Show on Kevin Wheeler.
Wheeler loves to talk. And so we were talking, and then he walks out, and Andrew's like, oh, boy. Well, this guy.
He has just talked for 4 hours, and this is not just today. It's every day when we come in here. He's still talking when the microphones are off until he gets to the door and leaves.
Some people count steps. I count words every day.
The Dave Glover Show. Hear what you're missing.
I can talk forever.
Weekdays at 2 on KMOX.
You may have heard about the term guaranteed income, and I want to know, how does that fit into our potential retirement plan? Well, Steve All from the All Financial Group joins me right now. Steve, how does this guaranteed income come into play, especially if there's volatility in the market?
Well, I think when we start to look at volatility, it's not as detrimental to those that have guaranteed incomes. When I talk about what do I mean? Social Security, our pensions, maybe rents, those are guaranteed income. And when I start to look at people and build their portfolios, I find out how much they're spending and how much their income is. If there's a gap between those two numbers, and I can set aside a portion of their investment nest egg to make a guaranteed income that they can't outlive, a personal style pension, I think that helps people when we have the volatility of the market. During the falls, at the beginning of the pandemic, my clients that are currently sitting there on guaranteed incomes, it's like they're not really worried about what's happening in the market because they're not taking money out of it anyway. So they're more at peace because every month that paycheck kind of comes in, and it's like their working days. So if you've got a situation where there is a gap between your income and your expenses, and guaranteeing that gap might make sense for you or added peace of mind for you, give me a call. Let's sit and talk about how we might be able to assist you with the income you're looking for in retirement.
Give a call today, 636-230-8824. Find out how that guaranteed income for life fits in your financial future, 636-230-8824. The website, yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Advisory services offered through Retirement Wealth Advisors, LLC. The All Financial Group and Retirement Wealth Advisors are not affiliated. The All Financial Group is a financial services firm that offers a broad array of products and services, including life insurance and annuities, licensed in Missouri and Illinois.
At 1:30, partly cloudy and 87 degrees downtown at the Arch.
CBS News special report. The affidavit supporting the search of former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate has been released. Most of it, as expected, redacted, blacked out for security reasons. But it does reveal the gravity of the government's concern that classified documents, some top secret, were at the Trump estate illegally. Law professor Laurie Levinson says it also shows that for over a year, there were unsuccessful attempts to get the former president to give up all the documents.
An ongoing concern about whether Trump was withholding documents, not because he didn't know he had them, but because he was digging in his heels that he had the right to have them and do what he wanted with them or declassify them. And that obviously led to the Justice Department collecting more information to get this warrant.
The affidavit states, quote, the government is conducting a criminal investigation. A Trump spokesman calls the Mar-a-Lago search un-American. CBS News special report. I'm Steve Futterman.
And after the Federal Reserve Chairman's comments in Jackson Hole, Wyoming about interest rates, we've got the Dow from Stifel down about 2.25%, 749 points in the red to 32,542. Oh, we've got some debris on 70 east past I-170. The left lane is closed. A crash on 55 north to 270 right shoulder. Stall 370 east before 270 on the right shoulder. And Dave Murray's forecast, a sunny sky this afternoon with the high of 88. Clear sky overnight, the low 65. Partly to mostly sunny tomorrow with the high of 88. Right now, we've got some clouds. It's 87 degrees downtown at the Arch. All the news you need for your day is on the free Odyssey app. Download it now. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Are you concerned about higher taxes, soaring inflation, and what's next for the stock market? Don't miss Your Retirement Professors this Saturday afternoon at 1 on St. Louis's News Radio, KMOX.
Driven by the Bomarito Automotive Group, the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
What's more important than profit? At Easter Fence Deck Renovations, our family name is, you, our customers and friends are. A job well done and doing what's right is more important than profit. Hi, I'm Chuck Easter. In business for over 60 years, we've not lost sight of the fact that a good name is more desirable than great riches. When the Easter name is on your fence, deck, or sunroom, you know it was done right with integrity, pride, and great care. Our focus is on you, not our bottom line. Call 314-892-8500 or easterfence.com.
Carol Daniel for the Doctor's Doctors at Ophthalmology Associates. Take a look around you, your wife, or the highway right in front of you. We use our eyes to take in the world around us, but if you have a disease of the eye like glaucoma or itchy eye, or like my husband, you suffer from dry eye, seeing the world around you is a little more difficult. Dry eye can impact your vision at night. It can cause burning of the eye. Call Ophthalmology Associates at 314-966-5000 to set up your appointment today. I was so glad to go see the Doctor's Doctors at Ophthalmology Associates at 12990 Manchester Road. What a friendly staff and a thorough exam by Dr. Greg Birdie. There's a reason they're called the Doctor's Doctors, because they've treated more than 250 doctors, more than any other practice. Doctors Greg Birdie, Ranjan Malhotra, Robert Brusati, and Andy Royer, experts in the diagnosis and treatment of diseases of the eye. Ophthalmology Associates. Call 314-966-5000 or learn more online at youridoc.com.
Albert Pujols comes to bat.
Cardinals slugger Albert Pujols talks with Tom Ackerman Mondays at 9:50.
He hits a fly ball left field, and it's gone!
Exclusively on the voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
We are continuing on with the Fun Police Friday. Chris Ranji, Amy Mark Scores, Kevin Wheeler. We are playing the role of Fun Police. I don't know that any of us really are the Fun Police. Well, maybe Amy sometimes, maybe.
Ranji kind of is. Sometimes-
Actually, we all are in some ways.
yeah, whenever Ranji
'Cause
and I
I've-
try to have a fun hypothetical.
I've definitely dumped on some of your ideas.
Yeah.
You have.
Yeah.
Oh, well, so, Kevin,
What?
where are you going?
All right, you want me to go first, or you want
Yeah.
to do some listeners first? Because we got a lot
Let's-
coming in on the text line.
Let's start with you because we haven't gotten to you.
Here's the big weekend. And should we start the weekend this evening, or shall we wait?
Whatever
until-
you just.
All right. So this evening I will be playing Madden. I just picked it up yesterday, so I'll be
You
playing.
just got it.
I'll be playing Madden probably for 3 hours this evening.
3.
Yeah, and then I'll be watching shows with the wife in the middle of there'll be a break, and I'll do some of the Madden stuff later in the evening. We'll be watching some TV shows.
What is the wife going to do?
Right, while you're
While you're
playing
playing
Madden.
Well, she'll be doing her things.
What are her things? Do you even know? Do you care?
In one case, she's going to be at work until a certain time in the evening. So in the time leading up to that, I will be playing Madden.
Okay, what time are you starting Madden?
As soon as I get home. So
As soon as you
probably
get home.
3:30.
Okay, and she
I'm
won't
gonna
be
hang
home
with
yet.
DGS for a little bit. No, she won't be home till after 5. So it'll be a
Okay.
couple hours there, and then
All
the
right.
rest will be later on when she goes to bed.
Okay.
So we'll watch a movie or we'll watch some TV shows or whatever.
And it's Madden the football game,
Madden,
so
the
people
football
know.
game. That's right. So
A
that's
video
gonna be
game.
That's a big bulk of it. And then when I wake up
Are
tomorrow,
you playing against other people online?
not tonight. Tonight I'm still doing setting
Okay.
up my
Like
franchise mode.
against 12-year-olds.
We're
No, I
gonna
only
move
play
on.
against friends.
We're gonna move on past.
But that's part of
Madden.
it. And then when I wake up tomorrow, I will resume playing Madden.
Okay, wait. I will say Madden would be a no for me, except it's a new one, so you get
Yeah.
special privilege.
Right.
All right, I can. That's fine.
So that's going to be.
You're free to go.
And when I wake up tomorrow, that'll be the first thing I do, and probably do that for several hours.
Okay, you're free to go.
And we will do something like I will be barbecuing and such over the weekend. So it'll be like burgers and brats tonight, and haven't figured out tomorrow yet. So I'll be doing some grilling.
Okay.
Tomorrow night, I have decided I'm going to go to see Jeff Dye's show at Helium.
All right.
Okay.
On that, and on Sunday, I'm going to pull some weeds, and that's it. I'm going to just play more video games on Sunday.
I will allow Saturday.
Okay.
Sunday, you may not pull
So I'm
weeds.
receiving a citation.
And
is
if
what
you
You're
don't-
getting a
yeah, if
citation
you
for
don't
the
go
weed
to-
pulling.
If you don't go to Jeff Dye, I will also issue a
Oh.
citation for double video gaming Friday and Saturday.
Yeah. So that's probably fair.
Yeah.
That's probably fair. It should be a
Okay.
double. It should be like when you drive by the airport. You know, you get like the more expensive ticket because it's a safety zone. I need to get the more expensive ticket if I don't go to the show Saturday night.
All right.
But I'm probably gonna go.
Problem
Jeff,
now
Jeff,
with
Jeff was really fun.
Jeff was great,
and I love comedy, and I go to Helium a lot. So
okay,
yeah.
So
Well, by a lot, I go occasionally.
well, all right.
Listen-
We have. I think I've approved of 2 of your
Okay, so I'm
3
still,
days.
I'm still getting some kind of citation.
You're getting a
though.
citation
Okay.
for pulling weeds on
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah, I don't have
Okay.
a whole lot else. All right, so we got a bunch of these coming in. 436-7900, 314-436-7900. 618 texted in and said, my girlfriend and I are going to a swingers convention, and then said, I bet this doesn't
Oh.
get read.
You're free to go.
He says, I bet this
You are.
doesn't get read.
Nope.
LOL, it got read.
I'm gonna issue a citation.
Yeah, I
Of
was gonna
course you
say-
are. No, you are.
Monkeypox.
You know what?
We're in a pandemic.
Oh.
No,
another
you know what?
mini one.
That's
You know
a
what?
good point.
Listen, I work for the city. Bring me your ticket. I'll rip it up. I'll fix that ticket. Go right ahead,
You
sir.
can't issue a counter.
Sir, you may go to your swingers party
Yeah.
unfettered.
I think you should be fettered.
No.
because, because there's monkeypox.
You should
Oh,
be
there's going to be
fettered.
fettering, all right.
I gotta say,
But
I
you
gotta
are-
say, Amy makes a solid point.
No.
Thank you.
On
What?
that. On,
Oh,
on
the monkeypox?
Yeah.
It's an emergency.
It is a health emergency. You're
I'd
correct.
say that you're making a very solid point there. Otherwise, I would be on Ron G's. Like, do what you want to do, have fun. At least you have a plan.
Just can you be protected?
Yeah.
Like, just do that.
Okay, geez. At the very least, I would hope that you would anyway.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't want to get too deep into the details on this. I think
Why?
Amy's issuing of a citation here is warranted, given the
Fine.
circumstances.
And I said, bring me the ticket. I'm a cop. I will rip it up.
You'll rip it up. You got to be a judge, really, to kind
Yeah, I
of do
don't think
that.
other
I got a
cops
judge
can do
friend.
that.
Don't
There
worry
you go.
about it.
All right, 314. Big Blonde Dan says, I was planning on Grant's farm, but 2 of the 3 kiddos popped fever, so now I'll be watching Sing 2 on a loop. Maybe I'll be able to sneak out for an afternoon nap one time. I don't know. I don't know if I'll have enough time. So actually a pretty nice little Saturday.
You know what? You are free to go
go.
on that
Yeah.
afternoon nap.
It's
You're
kiddos,
free to
yeah.
go. Go right ahead. That's fine.
It's your kids. They're sick. Right
Yep.
call.
We did get a texter in the 314 said, hey, don't forget this weekend is the Festival of Nations in Tower Grove Park.
Oh,
So
yes.
if those are your plans,
Yes.
you're free to go.
You're absolutely free to go.
That's a citywide ordinance that if your plan is to go to the Festival of Nations, you're free to go.
636 wants to know, says, is it okay if I go to the night event at the art museum tonight and then karaoke at Crack Fox?
Well, I have 2 questions. One, what is the event at the art museum? What specifically is it?
What if
And
it's a
2,
lecture?
No, you cannot go to that. And 2, what is a Crack Fox?
I'm assuming it's a place.
Crack Fox.
That's what it
Where
says.
is Crack
It
Fox?
just says tonight karaoke at Crack Fox. Now, that
Crack
could
Fox, St. Louis.
Yeah.
I'm going to look this up. There is a place on Olive
Oh, let's go.
called the Crack Fox.
Let's go. I don't want to go for karaoke, though.
See, here's what I like about this person. Both
That's actually
cultured-
really
Oh my God!
close.
Actually, it's in our building.
Wait, what?
It's not.
Yeah, I think it is.
It is.
It's in our building.
Is it even open? Oh, it opens at 8 o'clock. There we go.
All right.
Let's go.
Wait, that can't be right.
It says it right here.
It sure does.
It says it's a bar with 60 plus beers, events including live music,
Okay.
karaoke,
That can't be here.
and subculture theme nights.
This
Oh no, I'm
It's
sorry.
downstairs.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. It's a 3. It's close to here.
Oh, okay.
It's close to the building.
It's right down the road.
Yeah, I misspoke.
See, this
All
person
right.
is both cultured because they're going to the art museum and they're going to have a fun time
Yep.
at a place with karaoke and more than 60
And
beers.
this same texter says also LMAO. You guys all know what
Yeah.
that means.
Yes.
LMAO Boomer Ranji suggesting that 12-year-olds play Madden.
Well, some of them do.
It's grown ass people like me.
Well, I mean, I know they're grown ass people doing
Okay,
it.
Ranji, are you issuing a citation for the art museum?
I say no way.
It depends on what is going on there.
That
I need to have.
texter
You
is
gotta-
free to go.
Assume and say yes or no to the citation.
All right, I'm assuming it's a lecture, so no, you
Okay.
may not go. You're being
I'm
issued a
tearing up the
citation.
ticket.
Oh, come on. You
Police
can't.
officers can't tear
I'm
up
the
each other's
judge.
tickets.
I'm the judge.
You're not the fun judge.
No, just for
You're the
this
fun
one.
police.
There's
He can
no
have all the fun
judge
he
in
wants.
this
All right.
issue,
Okay.
this event, whatever we are.
618 says they're going to the opening game of high school football and then barbecue while enjoying our new pool. And then
Oh.
says safe travels, Amy.
Free to go.
Just because they
oh,
said
no. Free
It's
to
a
go,
to
for
go to
all of it.
you?
High school
Pool,
football, barbecue,
yeah.
and a pool. That is a hell of a weekend.
Yeah.
I have a question about the barbecue.
And a new pool, too.
What if it's a vegan barbecue?
Am I invited to the barbecue and pool? If I am not, then you may not do it either.
And I say you can unless it's a vegan barbecue. No offense to all the vegans.
Hey, speaking of vegans,
Oh, sorry, go.
did you hear the story on Total Information today about there being a vegan Kit Kat coming out?
Are Kit Kats not vegan?
I don't
Like
think so.
milk chocolate, maybe?
guess not, if they're
milk
doing that.
chocolate,
Yeah.
Milk chocolate.
Yep,
That's
vegan
why.
Kit Kats.
Awesome.
That is not okay. That's a citation.
No, I mean, people can do what they want.
I guess people.
I'm
can.
just not going to eat it.
Kevin, we're
Wait
the
a minute.
fun
We're the fun police.
police.
You can't just say unilaterally people could do whatever they want.
That's
Then
no,
people can
that's
eat whatever they want.
lawlessness.
No, they can't.
Lawlessness.
They can't. Exactly.
Come on, Kevin. It's like you don't even know the point of this.
You guys are like the people that got mad at the vegan option at Cracker Barrel.
No,
No,
that's
we're not.
Barrel's going all woke. I'm not
support,
going there.
I support vegan sausage at the Cracker Barrel,
But
but I
not
have a
vegan
hard
Kit
time.
Kat?
Not a vegan barbecue.
Hypocrite.
If it's fully vegan barbecue,
Hypocrite. They didn't say anything about that. They
I
just said
know.
barbecue.
I know.
Why are we even going there?
Because Kevin, it's the fun place. Do,
So
you, do you know?
let's bog it down in the detail that's not there.
Yeah.
314 says going to the Innsbruck Swim Across America activities on Saturday.
That's your free to go.
Free to
You're
go?
Free to go. Yep.
Let's see. Texter. This is the one that I noted. Sammy Hagar tonight, Cards game tomorrow, and bought Madden as well. So hope to have time to start that this weekend. That sounds like an amazing weekend.
Okay. You're free to go to the Cardinals game. I don't know about Sammy Hagar.
Come on, you can see the
I don't know
red
about
rocker.
Sammy.
What's wrong with Sammy Hagar?
Amy.
I think that the Sammy and the Madden are two strikes.
What's wrong with Sammy Hagar?
Except the Madden is new, which I did say grants some privilege.
I'm sorry, I'm missing this. What's wrong with Sammy Hagar?
I don't think anything's wrong with him.
He sings about fun and
Listen,
partying
Kevin,
and having a
if we're
good
the
time.
fun police, and we say yes to everything, what's
Then
the point?
then what are we doing here? It's like Amy said, it's lawlessness.
So if somebody goes to see Amy Grant, are you gonna be like, yes, you get to go?
we're just
Oh, so Amy Grant's more fun than
no,
Sammy
you are
freaking
not.
Hagar.
Nope, sorry, you
If
cannot go
anyone
see
is going
Amy
to see
Grant.
Amy
No.
Grant, text
No,
us.
no Amy Grant.
By the way, there is no Amy Grant show. I just made that up.
No,
Just
no.
made that up.
No
314
Amy Grant.
says, grew up listening to Sammy. So did I.
Okay,
Going to
Okay.
Sammy is a good fun time.
You got to keep people on their toes.
that's right. That's
Mm.
right. So absolutely not to Amy Grant. Maybe to Sammy Hagar.
Now I'm tearing up your ticket.
No,
Wait a
Amy
minute. I
Grant.
thought you
Get
got mad
lost.
at me for saying I'm going to do
First
that.
of all, yeah, because police officers can't tear up each other's tickets, but if you guys are tearing up everyone else's tickets, then I may as well start tearing
Okay,
it up.
so it's only okay if you're joining in everybody else doing it.
No, now we're done. We've all torn up each other's tickets. We can't do that.
Oh wait,
anymore.
should we ask Dave what his plans are?
Oh yeah, what are you doing,
Dave,
Dave?
what are you doing for the weekend?
Right now, I'm hoping to go to Sammy Hagar tonight.
Okay,
I'm thinking about
approved.
it. Thank you.
Are you going alone?
No.
Okay, you got people to go with?
Yeah.
That when you're going when you're not going alone, that means you have people to go with.
Okay. What kind of people?
Old high school friend.
There you go. That's a win.
All right, thank you.
I don't know.
And I think on
It's time to move on
Saturday-
from high school, Dave.
No,
Well,
never.
those are some of the few people I know in this town since I moved back.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
And
All
let's
my
see,
high
on
school friends are
Saturday-
dead. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
Like the horses and Brave.
On Saturday, I'm sure I'll be gaming some, but I'm not too sure which game though.
Gaming?
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, I don't have Madden yet.
No, you got to go get it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I might have to.
Changes to franchise mode are pretty good.
What did you just say?
Changes to the franchise mode are pretty good.
Oh.
That's how you build teams over time and you draft on.
Jeez.
765 says my plans are golf and mowing.
Oh no. Nope. Sorry.
can't go.
Citation.
I don't know. Can
Yeah,
we go
sorry.
like half? Because I mean, if somebody
No.
likes golf,
That
golf
isn't-
is a good
no,
outing.
no,
No,
Golf
golf
and
is just
mowing-
not like a catch-all.
Listen, golf and mowing is a grass centric weekend.
You got to do more than grass.
You got to do more than grass. You can't be grass centric.
This is why I knew I was going to be yelling at you guys. The mowing part definitely is no fun. But some people like it. Like I hate it. It's to me it's the bane of my existence is taking care of my
You're no
yard.
fun, and you're the bane of my existence.
Oh, listen to you, Golden Girls, and was it Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman?
Woman. It's Dr.
Oh,
Quinn,
let's talk
Medicine
about
Woman.
fun.
Okay, well, Kevin, now it's getting personal.
Little
I
House
thought
on
we
the
were supposed
Prairie
to
on
be
there, too?
friends on this show.
Well,
Hey, we got a text from
Amy's probably got a David French podcast to listen to. Let's
You know,
actually
We're going to be listening to that on the beach.
You know
in
what?
Jupiter.
You know what? And she's about to do something right now. Listen, Amy is if actually was a human form, it would be Amy.
Oh, wait a minute.
Well,
Who
actually.
does the impression of you in the newsroom and says, "Hey, I'm Ron"?
No, I don't know. That's
Stuart.
Stu McMillan.
Yeah.
Stuart does an impression of you, and it's pretty much an actually. What
Yeah.
was it?
No, he just goes, well,
Well,
that's it.
Yeah.
I guess I do
You
that
do-
a
you
lot.
do a little
you do
bit.
that a lot.
Do
You
I,
go-
Tyler?
You say this. You go, "Well, Amy."
Well, it's a little bit of the old Ronald Reagan. Well,
You know what? I have heard a lot of people say Chris Ranji is the Ronald Reagan of the show.
oh
Yep.
no, you've not heard that.
That's true. I don't know what you mean, but
Big
Yeah,
blonde,
that's what I mean.
Big blonde Dan says, "Boy, the fun police are at each other's throats. It's anarchy. Now I'm gonna sit in my basement in my sweatpants because you guys ruined his
Okay, I
weekend."
just have to say it's not what I mean.
no, that's not okay. Never mind. I just whispered to
Okay.
Amy off
We got a
the air one
text
time.
from Judith in right here in our
Oh,
office.
this
Hey,
is
Judith.
This is a
Going to the
great.
Cardinals tonight.
Yep.
Okay.
Pool tomorrow.
Yep.
Tomorrow night going to Stovall's
Oh
to
my
hear
gosh.
Glenelle's, another person who works here.
Stovall's is a
Band play.
classic, true line dancing, country dancing,
Mm,
country bar. I mean, Stovall's is legendary.
no.
I give Judith a absolute, just like, you're going your way, ma'am.
I would be writing a ticket, except it's to see another friend play Glenelle's band, so it's okay.
I'm writing a ticket on the line dancing. Writing a ticket. That's it. Nope. Can't go. Sorry.
Judith, you're free to go.
Yes, you are free to go.
Except for the citation and a verbal warning.
We're tearing it up. Don't worry.
A written and a verbal warning. Two
Yes.
warnings.
You get both.
That's Chris Ranji. That's Amy Markscores. I'm Kevin Wheeler. This is the show on KMOX.
Our national debt is now over $30 trillion, an increase of over 20% in just the past 2 years. I'm sure you've been told at some point that taxes will be lower when you retire, but do you truly believe that? Now is the time to begin planning for the future of tax increases. Is your financial advisor helping you with tax planning for a tax-efficient future? If not, this is the time to call me, Ken Heisey, at Heisey Advisory Group, 314-328-4400. If you're like most people, you have a portfolio of investments, but a portfolio is not a plan. How have you planned for the potential legislative risk of increased taxes? Call Heisey Advisory Group now and let us help you create a plan to reduce the tax risk in your retirement. Call 314-328-4400, 314-328-4400.
Firm offers insurance services but does not provide tax advice. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through A Wealth Management, LLC.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test. This has been a test of the emergency alert system. This was only a test. September 2nd through the 4th, it's Midwest Wing Fest in Fairview Heights, Illinois. An epic food and music festival benefiting combat wounded and fallen soldiers. All kinds of food, from delicious wings to barbecue. Plenty of drinks, awesome live music, and a massive kids area. Entry $5 for patrons 12 and over. Upgrade your experience with VIP tickets on sale now. That include unlimited chicken wings from Dandy Inn and beer from Chicks Fritz Distributing. VIP tickets and more at kingdomox.com/events.
Hi, Kent Newbold for Newbold BMW. Your BMW is worth more than ever before, so don't trust your maintenance to a bunch of amateurs. Come see the factory-trained technicians at Newbold BMW in O'Fallon, Illinois, or at newboldbmw.com. You'll be sold on Newbold.
If you're planning to sell your St. Louis area home, now may be the best time to capture the highest sale value before the market changes. This is Debbie Monterey, and according to industry experts, the real estate market has shifted. Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty agrees, and she has options to help every type of home seller because she understands that every situation is different. If you need to sell your home quickly, but you're worried about finding your next home, Gloria has your answers and solutions. Gloria has an instant cash offer program that gives you above market cash offers, no showings, no hassles, and you pick the closing date even up to a year, giving you the cash and time needed to find your next home. Call Gloria Liu and ask her about the instant cash offer guarantees or other options that will help you sell fast and for the most money. Call 314-325-6888, 314-325-6888. It's Gloria Liu of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Gloria has the buyers.com.
At Busey Bank, we're proud to serve our local community through financial guidance and community investment. Offering sound advice and actionable insight, Busey builds financial strength, supports homeownership dreams, and offers customized lending strategies, connecting with our neighbors to build stronger communities. Busey Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
At Diamonds Direct, nobody tells our story better than our own associates.
I hear from customers that come in how shocked they are. They're able to, only with Diamonds Direct, afford a diamond that they never in their wildest dreams thought they'd be able to get.
People are just thrilled with what we offer.
We have exponentially more to choose from. The resources that we have away from our wholesale roots, really untouchable.
When you come here to Diamonds Direct, you know it's something special. You know it's something that is one of a kind, and you got that at such a phenomenal value.
To be a jeweler and have this kind of firepower, we have all these mountings, all this selection, all these diamonds, and incredible prices is just unmatched.
And I think our customers appreciate that we are so open and honest about every part of this process.
What they're surprised by is the extent that we go to provide an unparalleled, luxurious shopping experience.
This company has a 60-year heritage in diamond cutting, diamond mining, diamond wholesaling. So there's no possible way to get any closer to the source than with Diamonds Direct.
We won't be undersold.
Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion. DiamondsDirect.com.
Mission St. Louis, empowering entire families to break the cycle of poverty. You can help keep St. Louis strong. Learn more at missionstl.org/KMOX.
Trish Gazelle for Ophthalmology Associates. For the best eye doctors, you need to see the doctors at Ophthalmology Associates. Online at youridoc.com or 314-966-5000.
The show, sponsored by Straight Realty, your St. Louis area experts. Why pay more than 4? 314-441-4444. Kevin Wheeler. Nice. Amy Markscourt. Fabulous. Chris Ranji. Unbelievable. On the show.
All right, so there's going to be no fun police judging of what's happening at the ballpark this weekend. A lot of good stuff. You've got the series against the Braves starting tonight. It'll be Spencer Strider. And if you haven't seen him pitch and you're a baseball fan, he's pretty special to watch. He's upper 90s, close to 100 miles an hour on the fastball. He's pretty phenomenal. Hopefully, though, he has a bad night tonight. It'll be him and Jose Quintana tonight. 6:20 for the pregame here on KMOX, 7:15 for the first pitch. And then after the game tonight, the Live at Lowe's from the Bullock across the street. It's the second level outdoor bar restaurant area over at the Live at Lowe's Hotel. Mike Claiborne, John Rooney, Ricky Horton will all be there, and their guests will be John Tudor and Chris Carpenter, which is going to be phenomenal. All of them are free to go.
You're absolutely free to go.
And then you got the Hall of Fame induction tomorrow afternoon at Ballpark Village, followed by Cardinals Braves. Saturday night. And then, of course, Cardinals Braves on Sunday Night Baseball, as John Rooney puts it, the game of the world on ESPN.
The game of the world. I like that.
Wait a minute.
That's good.
The 28th is Sunday. That is, did you say that the Fiesta Cardinales?
Yeah. And you know what?
the Fiesta
Hang on.
Cardinales.
Fiesta Cardinales. And I got our buddy Ben Boyd texting me some info on that people are going to want.
The theme night tickets, you need to get
So
them.
it's the Fiesta Cardinales on Sunday. We talked about that with Polo Asensio the other day. But they're also going to have John Jay and I'm spacing out on who else was with him. Luis Alicea. I think it's John Jay.
Cool.
John Jay and Luis Alicea are going to be signing autographs. And the first 100 people are guaranteed to get through the line. So a part of the Fiesta Cardinales is going to be having those two at the ballpark on Sunday in advance of the game. And obviously we had John in studio. He's great. He's a fun guy to talk to. Go out and meet him, get his autograph. That'll be happening as a part of Fiesta Cardinales.
And the theme ticket giveaway is the Sugar Skull bobblehead.
Oh,
which
on
is
Sunday, yeah.
Very, very cool on Sunday if you buy a theme ticket. And I think there's something special planned for like God Bless America. I think that's God Bless America, the 7th inning stretch.
They have somebody performing, and I forgot who Polo said.
No, am I allowed to say?
Oh, wait.
Is it a surprise?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, then don't ruin the
surprise.
I
I can't remember.
But
Yeah,
it'll
yeah.
be fun.
But there is going to be a lot. There are going to be a lot of cool things going on with
a
that.
unique twist. I shouldn't say like a giant celebrity or anything like that, but just a unique twist. It'll be a lot of fun in coordination with Fiesta Cardinales.
Amy, have a good trip to Florida.
Thanks, guys.
Say hello to Leftovers for me. I love that place so much.
I will.
And the beach. The Jupiter Beach is nice.
Have a great time, Amy.
Thanks, Ron.
Why did you say it so weird?
I don't know. I just want her to have a really nice time.
You didn't seem like you meant it. I meant it, Amy. Have fun.
Thanks,
I mean it too.
Ronj, I'll see your sorry ass on Monday.
Son of a...
DGS is next on
How dare
KMOX.
you?
Hey guys, Glover here for my friends at Zero Res. So, Zero Res is having their end of summer sale. It's the best deal of the year. Ask for the Dave Glover KMOX special, and here it is: 20% off all services.